just get them all running. We're about there. Good. And good. And good. Cool. Cool. How are we doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to what really happened at the Battlefield 6 reveal, both the good and the bad. And I will be fielding your questions as well. And also welcome back to my gameplay, my scuffed gameplay, from the stream as I played with a controller that I could not use. So we'll talk about that as well. Also scuffed video and audio, so you're not really hearing the audio anyway, but we'll talk about all that stuff. We'll talk about why it's that way. Let me quickly ping the Discord so people know we're live. Give me a second. You can join the Discord for free from the description on YouTube or from the tile on Twitch. We may be doing some Battlefield 1 gameplay later, I'm not sure. So if we get support, feel free to ask for challenges for BF1. And I'll either do it later on or next time or something. But thank you for any and all support, as always, especially as we have a different sort of day today. Thank you. Lots of emojis for any support that we receive. There we go. That's good. That's that done. Thank you for your likes. Let's see if we can crack 100 likes again today. We've got 140, I think, yesterday, something like that. So we'll see what we manage to do with the likes today. And we'll get this show on the road, shall we? Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to start up the Most Chat software so I can see what everyone's saying. Almost forgot that. That would have been an absolute rookie error. In the meantime, just have a look at the gameplay. Let me know if the background music is too loud or if you think it's okay. Because obviously it's a different kind of day where it's lots of talking, so we might need to change audio levels a bit. You can give me your feedback. Alright, let's pop that out. Right, I should be able to see what you guys are saying from this point onwards. If I missed anything of importance, I apologize. Feel free to say it again. Welcome to the stream today. It's a pleasure to have you here with me. Let's see what we get up to, shall we? In fact, someone type something so I know it's working. That would be good. That would be good. Let's make sure it's actually functional. Right, I can see Scatters' message. Is it okay if I talk about BF6 here or no? Yeah, you can, of course, mate. You know, as long as it's appropriate for the stream, that's fine. The levels are good, thank you, Hunted. Okay, well, we'll start talking about this now so that anyone watches this as a VOD can get all the information straight away. And then you guys watching it as a stream, currently right now, can enjoy the stream as a whole. So, let's get this underway, shall we? I've got my bullet points written out. Firstly, before I start that, actually, how are you all doing? Let me know. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to all the fresh new subscribers over the past week or two. Still yet to work out exactly where you're coming from, because it doesn't look like from my analytics I'm getting like a huge amount from like any individual video. So yeah, I don't know. What percentage of daily goal has been achieved? Oh, never mind. Oh, we're at 0 right now. Also, it's the daily bonus. We're calling it the daily bonus these days, so it doesn't feel so pressure-filled for people. But we're at 0 right now. We are at 0% if you're interested. In fact, I can... Have I done it? There you go. I've put it on the screen for you because you asked. Daily goal currently 0. And now it's gone away again. We'll show it when people request it. Right. So... Oh, we're going to do this in somewhat chronological order, but like just to start with, no, I didn't mean for the stream that I did that you're watching right now to be in this aspect ratio, you know, with the black borders at the edge. No, I didn't mean for that to happen, and no, I didn't know that had happened until afterwards. But it wasn't my setup, obviously, and I had an absolute boatload of problems with the setup, which we will talk about. So no, I didn't know. I had no clue that it was in that aspect ratio, nor did I have any idea about the sound or anything like that, to be honest with you. So just to get that out the way, the way that it all looks and sounds was not really anything to do with me, and no, I wasn't satisfied with it, but such is life. I'll know to check things a lot more next time. Lesson learned, right? You like the blackboard as some source. Well, you could view it that way if you like, Jack. And thank you for your feedback, dude. Welcome to the stream. All these changes, I can presume you got lots of tips and tricks from talking with other creators while in LA. Do you mean for, like, my content? Not specifics about the content, but I'm definitely altering things about my mindset and my outlook from talking to other people. So, let's do this in chronological order, shall we? Oh, thank you for encouraging people to like Chris Bob. I appreciate it. And again, lots of emojis for any support we receive, everybody. Thank you very much for your likes today as well. Like I say, we're trying to hit 100 plus likes today again. And welcome to the community if you're fresh and new. Thank you for any subs or follows and all that jazz. So, I flew out. What day was it? Was it Sunday? Yes, I flew out on the Sunday to get to LA. And as soon as I got there, I'm trying to think. My flight was like 10 hours or something. It took me 2 hours. No, 2.5 hours. It took me 2.5 hours to get to London Heathrow Airport. Then I was at the airport for like 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Then I got on the plane, and you're on the plane for... Actually, no, part of being on the plane was part of the 3.5 hours, actually. Then my flight was about 10 hours. And then I waited for my baggage and went through customs and everything and got an Uber. So all of that together was like an hour, hour and a half. So all of that was kind of crazy, all combined, all told, which is why I was so shattered, so tired. Did you fly business or cattle class? Like the in-between, premium. So there's what is there? There's economy, premium, and first class, or economy, premium, and business, or something. They booked us on premium, which was nice. Darken, welcome to the stream. How are you? Thanks for tuning in. If I missed anyone joining today, my apologies. It's because I'm talking about this and focusing on this, but I appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to go through all this information about the event and everything, and then you can ask me your questions afterwards, all right? So yeah, did that, and then I got to the hotel and saw my EA contact, Tom, sitting at the bar downstairs. Quickly said hello to him. Don't really remember the conversation at all. Like, genuinely don't, because I was absolutely shattered. But I let him know that I had arrived and that I was okay. I went up to the room and I slept. I think I ate something and then I went to sleep. Like, whatever time it was, I can't remember, but I went to sleep pretty much there and then once I'd eaten. Which caused me then to wake up. What's up, Brown? How you doing, man? Caused me then to wake up at, I think, 2 or 3 a.m., something like that, which was kind of crazy. And I didn't fix my sleep schedule, as I said, all week. My sleep schedule was a mess all the way through. I consistently slept somewhere between 5 or 6 p.m. and like 7 or 8 p.m., somewhere between those two times every day, apart from one, which we'll talk about. There was one day where I did not sleep at that time because of things outside of my control, which was a pain. But every other day, pretty much, I slept that early and then woke up really early in the morning. And I just never, ever fixed the jet lag, which was rough. But anyway, we got to day, well, technically full day. So the first full day was Monday. So day one, let's say, was a day off day. That was a day where we had nothing scheduled to do. A lot of the UK guys went to, what's it called? Universal Studios, I think it was. A lot of the UK guys and like Maxeek and a few people went there. I didn't go. I just wasn't feeling that. I also, it's not my kind of deal. So instead I took a walk down Venice Beach with Will from work, that some of you might know, and Otter. I don't know if you guys are aware of Otter. He currently makes Marvel Rivals content. I think he's a former Overwatch pro. So that was cool. That was a cool morning and afternoon with those guys. They were very nice. Venice Beach is a wild ride. I don't know if you guys, well, not many of you will have been, but a lot of you will have experienced it in GTA 5. It was not that different from that, which is kind of crazy. There were definitely some sights to see. It was kind of nuts. What's up, Agent Gibbs? How are you, dude? Welcome to the stream. Card is posted a thing about Black Ops 7 reveal in the comments of gold. BF6 made you do this, didn't they? BF6 reveal landed really well. Really well. They did a great job with it. You guys know Will from work. Will's a really nice guy, by the way. I talked to Will a lot that day. He gave me a lot of input about his life and his path in content creation. I shared a lot about mine. We've kind of been on opposite trajectories. He took a really long time to get to a certain point and then has had like an absolute explosion in the past 6 to 12 months. Whereas I was quite a long way ahead of him and then had 3 years of stagnation. So he's been trending massively upwards, whereas I was trending massively downwards. Whereas mine's starting to level out again now, thankfully. But I got a lot of interesting information from him about his mindset through the good and the bad times, and definitely am looking to implement what he said, for sure. Chris, thank you for the Twitch follow, mate. Welcome to the community. Hope you're having a good day, man. I went down Santa Monica Pier. Yes, I did indeed. Wamak, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. His link up with Jack Frags really helped. It's how I found him. Yeah, I think he probably got absolutely massive boost from playing with Jack, and that's the power of networking. You know, networking is a great thing I've never really utilized, or I have never utilized it for my own benefit. I've done it and benefited others, but haven't really done networking that's benefited me. So if I could utilize some of that in the future, that would be great. But yeah, Will was, despite the fact he's had that, he's definitely harnessed it very, very well. So props to him for that. He's definitely earned his position. So yeah, and he's just a really nice dude. I'm a big fan. Tom is here. Hello, Tom. How you doing? So yes, anyway, we did that. We ate at a place called the Fig Tree, I think it was, on that day. And I've never seen, I don't know if you guys are aware, I've never seen a fig eater beetle before. But they're friggin' huge, and one of them, like, they're so big, one of them flew into the back of me, and I felt it. It was absolutely massive, and Will was freaking out at the table. All the locals were not bothered about it even slightly, whereas Will was standing up having a freak out, which was a fun moment for me. So yeah, fig eater beetles, massive things, absolutely huge, crazy. But anyway, so that was Monday. That was the first full day, the free day. I got back from that walk, had some food again, and then went to sleep. Same as the day before, basically. Because I just really needed it. I was absolutely shattered every day. Did you meet Lucy James and/or Jake Baldino, aka 2 of the 3 co-hosts from Best Gaming Podcast, Friends Per Second? They are my ghosts. No, I didn't even see them. I didn't actually... Were they definitely there? I don't know if maybe they were in the press section, possibly. There were 2 separate rooms. There was the room that was for content creators, and there was the room that was for media people and people doing like press reviews and stuff like that, and anyone that also desperately didn't want to be on camera was in the other room. So I wasn't in that room, so maybe they were in there, possibly. Do they eat figs? Yes, they do eat figs, yes. And it was the fig tree with lots of fig trees in it, or fig plants or whatever. Hence why there were fig eater beetles there. Didn't know you were separated. Yeah, 2 rooms. So the room that you guys saw with all the lights and everything, that was the content creator room. There was also just another room, like a fairly standard room. Well, actually, it wasn't a standard room. It was the room where they were doing all the stuff that you might have seen from some creators, where they got to create like a trailer with them in it. Have you guys seen those? That was also in that room, but it won't have been active whilst they were streaming, of course. Anyway, so that was that. Where were we up to? So yes, Tuesday, tech day. We did a lot of tech setup, spent a lot of time getting everything sorted out, because honestly not much was in place. The setups were there, and the setups were very capable, but none of the actual software was really sorted out to any decent degree. It was kind of just left for us to do. Whereas I would have thought maybe they'd have done something so it had decent default settings and then people could change it if they wanted to. But no, it seemed like everything was kind of in a bit of a haphazard state with that. So we went through as much of that as we could like think of, which took a long time. Hi Jimmy, welcome to the stream, dude. And then, well, I must say, Tom, again, my EA contact guy, was great. He was doing everything he could to try and get us things that we wanted and needed when it came to software. But yeah, I didn't have Vegas Pro to edit on, which comes up later. And a lot of us didn't have the software that we had requested when we had our forms to fill out, which was a shame. That was not what we expected, so we had to try and do our best with it. I think it was definitely difficult for them on the tech front because they had so many people to cater for. Like, I've no doubt it will have been an extremely difficult thing for them to do, so I'm not really bashing whichever company they utilized for the tech stuff, but it could have, it left a lot to be desired, and hopefully lessons are learned for the next one. But anyway, we got things sorted. Unfortunately, we did find, though, that when we returned on Wednesday, unbeknownst to us, a lot of our settings had been changed for whatever reason. which definitely was a pain. And I hope that doesn't happen next time, because it was a waste of a lot of time for us and also caused us some problems. Like, my gameplay and my audio is kind of scuffed because of it, as you can see. Squid, he recorded his footage initially on medium settings because his stuff got changed. Like, all sorts of stuff like that. Will, on the stream day, his audio wasn't working, his like actual headset. So stuff like that could definitely have been improved. That was definitely a downside. Can't imagine how much money all the PCs cost. Yeah, I mean, they will have been... I'm pretty sure they will have been PCs owned by whichever company they used. So they're essentially rentals. But yeah, the PCs to actually build probably cost a hell of a lot of money. But I imagine if you're buying a huge amount of components, you probably get a discount to some degree, right? You would think. I will answer your questions at the end, obviously. This is not pressure. I will notice the ones that come in donos, of course, but I will also try and answer lots of your questions that come through just in the chat. I can't promise I'll get to all of them, and I probably can't answer all of them because there'll be some things that I probably can't talk about. But after I've gone through the run-through of the event, I will field your questions, okay? So just hold on to those for a little bit. And again, thank you for being here. Cheers for your likes and all that jazz. Hope you're having a good day. Welcome to the community if you are new. For anyone that doesn't know, this is my gameplay from the reveal event that you're watching right now. The game is not currently live, so this is a recording. Did I ping the Discord, by the way? I think I did. I believe I did. So anyway, yeah, we got to that. That was Tuesday. Wednesday was actual recording day. Got back to the venue, as I said, found the settings have been changed. Bit of a pain. But I did get some usable footage for it, at least. The actual video that I made that came out whilst the reveal event was going on, that was footage that I recorded the previous day at the capture event. That was a day where we didn't stream. We just purely got footage recorded. Discord just pinged, thank you very much. So yeah, that's where that came from. And as you can see, I did get some decent stuff. I actually had better games on the recording day than the stream day. I think there were just too many things to deal with on the stream day. There was too much to cope with that it was quite distracting. I tell you what, let me fast forward, because it took us quite a while to get some games sometimes, which is an issue I will talk about. Let's go forward, shall we? Where's the next game? I had some games that were pretty decent and some games that are really bad. Again, I will go through why some of the gameplay was really bad. Come on, where are you? See, we had massive waits of some of the games, which is something that, again, could be hugely improved for another event. Are there some DMRs? Yes, there are DMRs, yes. There are some DMRs. Did they put on a good spread? You know what? I didn't eat the food at the reveal event. I wasn't hungry enough. I did have some snacks. I was very hungry during the reveal, but not before it, which was unfortunate. So I got really hungry whilst I was doing the reveal. But thankfully, Tom, again, my EA contact, came in clutch and brought me a ton of snacks and a drink, which was great. So I had that, and then I ate when I got back to the hotel in the end. But the food they put on did actually look good. They had three different food trucks with stuff that actually looked pretty appetizing, so well done to them for that. I'm already getting overwhelmed with all the BF6 videos. I might need I need to unsub from a few YouTubers for a bit. That's fair enough, Tom. I mean, I think BF YouTubers have waited so long for some content. They're all putting out a ton of stuff now, understandably, which, again, I'm sure you understand regardless of being burnt out on it already. There is a reason why you're not getting spammed with content from me. Again, we will come to that in chronological order. But yes, anyway, I did manage to get some usable stuff, and overall the game was fun. Despite the problems, the game was fun, which was a very, 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 very solid start to proceedings. I think we are currently looking good. I still remain cautiously optimistic. I don't want to say one way or the other whether things are good or not until we get the game, because things are always subject to change. I wondered at the event. I did miss that. There seems to be no drop on that. But yeah, it was fun. I had a good time despite the problems. So that was great. Where are we? But yes, after the capture event on... Did I come to this bit? Yeah, after the capture event on the Wednesday, this was a big problem. I had been mentioning, as had a few people, that we wanted the hard drives for those of us that weren't going to edit at the event, because they had software that a few of us were not familiar with. and I had my laptop to edit on. The hard drives, I spoke to a tech guy and he said we're due, I don't know exactly when, but we're due to have the hard drives afternoon at some point. We didn't get the hard drives until I think 6 p.m, which was about 2 hours after we finished recording and having lots and lots of things like many power cyclings of the PC and stuff, which meant that this was the day when I didn't go to sleep early. I got my stuff on the hard drive. I then got the shuttle back to the hotel, got something to eat, and started editing. So the video that you received in your inboxes on Thursday, on Thursday, I finished editing that around midnight. So Wednesday night / Thursday morning was when I finished editing and uploading that video. So if you're wondering why myself and a lot of people were really tired on Thursday for the stream, it's because some of us got huge delays for actually making our content after the recording session, and we were absolutely shattered when it came to the stream day. So again, that's a thing that I hope could be learnt from and improved for next time they do a big event, or next time whichever company did the tech stuff put on an event. Agile, by the way, thank you for the Twitch follow, mate. Welcome to the community. I missed that. Thank you very much. Smash, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Thanks for tuning in. I'm quite enjoying hearing all the nice things about Tom, even though it's not me. Well, we could say it's you by association. Tom's the champ, though. He really is. With everything that leaked and data mined from labs, we ain't getting this wide access again. Maybe just create stuff next time. I don't know. I think the leaks have definitely been a huge problem. And I will say, for people speculating that EA wanted it to be that way for hype, they really didn't. They've tried to do a lot of shutting leaks down behind the scenes. It definitely was something that they didn't really want to go this way, but it basically was inevitable as soon as they opened it up to the public or to content creators that are, not known in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, it was unfortunately always going to happen. And I don't know what they can do about it next time, other than maybe just be quicker with trying to shut it down. But yeah, they definitely didn't want it to be that way. Whether they make changes for next time, we'll see. But I do think it was beneficial having a lot of people in BF Labs, because they've been able to get a lot of opinions and a lot of data to try to tweak things moving forwards. It's basically having the CTE that we used to have on BF1, but having it before the release of the game, so they don't have to do everything retroactively. They can actually be proactive with changes and implementations, which is a genuinely great thing. It's just you do have the massive downside of the leaks and content creators like myself being a bit hamstrung, feeling like we're actually behind the curve, and also not being able to control the narrative, because as some of you guys will know from watching me and other creators, it will have been apparent, we couldn't talk about anything. So whenever misinformation was coming out, or stuff that was opinions that were just flat out wrong or misguided or whatever, we couldn't actually address it properly. So I think a way to handle that another time would probably be a positive thing. But we'll see how that goes. Sorry, I am missing some of you. Again, I will get to questions, but we'll ask them after I've gone through this stuff, and I'll address them then. And again, make a big deal out of any support, etc. Thank you for your likes today. Thanks for your subs and follows. I appreciate it. So anyway, that was the full Wednesday in its entirety. Sorry, both the good and the bad. Oh, actually, no, I got one thing to add. The tech guys were not very clued in with the EA guys, which you can't really expect them to be, but it did lead to us having some weird moments. So, for example, at the end of the Wednesday, at the end of the recording day, I had a guy come over and check my do not touch scene on OBS. So it was literally a scene on OBS that was labeled do not touch, where the creators weren't supposed to change anything. And I noticed on there was a webcam. So obviously I turned off the webcam on my feed that you guys, well, as you can see here on screen. There was no webcam on the feed because I don't appear on camera at the minute. But there was a webcam on the do not touch scene. And I said to him, what's going on? Can I turn that off? And he said no. And I said, where's that going to? And he said, you can't change anything on this scene. I said, yeah, why? Where's it going to? And he said, well, this is for the main broadcast. And I said, right. And I know I'm on the main broadcast, sir. I didn't say sir, but it sounds better if I said sir. I know I'm on the main broadcast, but I don't appear on camera, so I need that turned off. And he said, you can't turn that off. It's going to the broadcast. You can see we're having a bit of a weird back and forth. I said, I have it on agreement with EA that I don't appear on camera. At which point he just shrugged and looked at me and said, that's beyond me. And I was like, well, okay, I need that not to be on. So he said, okay, I'll pass it on to a higher up, which apparently he went and did. But no one came back, keeping in mind, this is when I'd been sat for 2 hours waiting for the hard drive stuff to be done, because I needed to go back to the hotel to edit the goddamn video that I was supposed to put out. So I was mega frustrated at this point, wondering what the hell this guy was talking about. Don't know how that rocket didn't connect there again, watching it back. No idea. I didn't understand the first time either. Had no idea what was going on with the dude or if someone was going to appear. So again, all hail the mighty Tom from EA. I text him saying, Tom, are you free? I need to speak to you. He said yes. I went to find him. I told him about what the tech guy had said. And he said, dude, just turn it off. Don't worry about it. And I was like, that's fine. He was like, yes, mate, I don't know what this is about. Turn off the camera. It's understood that some of you don't want to be on camera. For example, myself, Westy, etc. Turn it off. Don't worry about it. I said, cheers, Tom. That's great. I'll do that tomorrow as soon as I get there. Did that. All hail Tom. Exactly, Nathan. All hail Tom. Tom's a champ. So, went back, edited the huge video. Well, not the huge video, the 8-minute video, but edited the huge amount of stuff I needed to do. Keeping in mind another thing, by the way, all of my recordings had been recorded in MKV file format, not MP4, because none of it was my settings, and I didn't think I needed to check that stuff because I thought it would be set up in a logical fashion. No, it was all recorded in NKV. You may not know what that means, but it's a file format that often does not play nice with Vegas Pro, my editing software. So I got back. I said this to Squiddo as I was sat next to him at the event. I noticed it had recorded in MKV, and I said, oh god, no, this is all in MKV. That doesn't play nice with Vegas Pro, does it? And he said, no, it generally doesn't work with Vegas Pro, because he was on Vegas Pro as well. He said he usually uses a converter to sort it out. I said, yep, I'll go and do that. Now, I think Squid was able to convert his to MP4 because, unlucky for him / lucky for him, his files were really small because he had accidentally recorded everything in medium settings because of the settings that had been changed. You're starting to get the impression now of how many problems we had, I'm sure, from listening to this. But he was able to convert his, I think. I wasn't able to convert mine because my files were so large, and therefore it wanted me to pay. All of these services to convert files wanted me to pay because I was using large files. So what I had to do was I opened OBS on my laptop this time. I put up the files to play on my laptop. I then switched OBS to look at the desktop of my laptop and record directly that. So all of the footage I needed to use for the video, I had to replay in its entirety on my laptop to record it on OBS, to then have it in MP4 file format, to then put it into Vegas Pro, to then cut it, to put it all with my audio so I could actually put out the video. Again, hence why I was so tired the next day trying to play against people like fucking Crim6, because I'd been working on this damn video having been mega delayed. I finally got some sleep, woke up at like 5 a.m. I think, got ready, went to the event. A recording of a recording. Yes, a recording of a recording is what you saw in the video. Also, the video I had to resize everything because, again, if you look at what you're watching right now, the dimensions are wrong. The aspect ratio is wrong, which I did not know at the time. So that had to be changed as well. So this 8-minute video actually took a friggin' ton of time to make and isn't even performing that well because 1 million people have put videos out on the same stuff because there was 400 creators at the event. Anyway, did all that. We now get to Thursday, so I wake up, as I said, early in the morning, get myself sorted out, get the shuttle to the event. Oh, also on the Wednesday, by the way, where you saw a lot of the stuff that you guys saw on the Thursday, they did the presentation for us to watch then, so I have seen it live. Then you guys saw it when we were waiting the next day. So anyway, we got there to the recording event. Let me check my notes, see where I'm up to. Right. Reveal event. Tons of tech issues again. More tech issues. I found this was some of you may have wondered why I was live later than a lot of people. You know, a lot of people went live and had their starting soon stream or screen up, right? And then transitioned into just talking to the chat with the menus up and everything. The reason I was late to that compared to Broken, Squid, Tactical Brit, etc., was because I had 5. This is not a joke. I had 5 tech guys around my PC for 20 to 30 minutes. Thank you for the first support of the day.
Here's a couple bucks to smooth things over.
That's the first support of the day. Thank you, Big Man EA, whoever that actually was, for your support. That's immense. You're a champ. I'll add that onto the daily bonus in a little bit. I will update the daily bonus as we go through the day. Despite the fact we're doing this, this is a normal day for me. So again, thank you very much for any and all support as we try and keep this sustainable at the minute. That's amazing. Big Man EA, current cheating pad of the day, king of the stream. So, back to the story. 4, 5, depending on the time, they were coming and going, tech guys around my PC. They couldn't work out why on their feed, not on my stream, but on their version of my stream that they were going to show to the live broadcast, they couldn't work out why they had a certain audio track playing the whole time. To this day, right now, I don't know why it was happening still at this point. But they had an audio track, like a music track, playing constantly on the feed whenever they switched to my perspective. They could not work out why. And it was nothing to do with me, because again, the settings had been changed so much by other people that I literally had just left it alone in the end. I was like, fuck it, it will be how it is. So someone screwed something up, and they were spending 20, 30 minutes trying to sort that out, whilst other people were live, and I'm sat there going, so when can I go live? When's this going to happen? When's it? And they had other people coming, and they couldn't work it out. Then they thought they fixed it, and there was another thing. It was still going on. I eventually said to one of the guys, my dude, please, if this is a problem, just don't switch my perspective on the feed. I'm not appearing on webcam anyway, and my gameplay is going to be really, really scuffed, which I will talk to you about in a minute as to why it's really scuffed. Although, actually, in some of the rounds, I did do all right, so yay. But comparatively to how I can play, gameplay really scuffed. So I said to the dude, just don't come to my perspective, mate. It's fine. I don't want to be on camera, and I don't care if people don't see my viewpoint because I'm going to play terribly anyway. He said okay, but continued to work on my PC anyway. At which point I kind of wanted to say, my dude, please, let's not make it a request. Let me just say don't switch my perspective. But I didn't have the heart to just say it. So I let him carry on along with 3 or 4 other guys going back and forth with it. Eventually, they managed to sort it, but I then started my stream, and anyone that was there when the stream started, you will know that you could not hear me for 10, 15 minutes. Because whatever they had done to fix that problem meant that now you guys couldn't hear my mic. The mic was showing as being active in OBS. It was showing the levels when I spoke as if it was registering, but my voice was not coming through to my stream. So I'm now late to start the stream, my gameplay is going to be scuffed, and my chat can't hear me. All they can see is me typing in the chat going, guys, can you hear me? They say no, and I say, okay, I don't know why, I'm trying to fix it. This was like 10 to 15 minutes of the opening of my stream for the Battlefield 6 reveal event. A guy eventually comes over, not the guy I had been talking to, a different guy comes over, eventually dives into the settings again, and fixes whatever the hell was broken, so my chat could finally hear me. So now, I can do the stream. Granted, the viewership's going to be low because there's so many people streaming. I'm low in the algorithm. My video and audio quality are completely scuffed, but at least the stream is live. I was like, fine, let's try and make the best of this. We're here to grow. We're not here to be successful right now. Positive mental attitude, right? Right. Next problem, again, I want to reiterate, the event was genuinely great and it was beneficial and it was, oh, good shot, me. Thank you, me. And it was great to meet people. But next problem, if you look in the bottom left of what you're watching right now, you'll see my squad. We'll go from the bottom. There's me, GetGoodGuy. There's then Squid. There's then Sergeant Danger Cow. And then, when it comes back, I'll say it when it comes back so you can actually see it for sure. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Come on, load in. Good boy. You'll see it says BF6 Gameplay Reviewer. That should say Broken Machine. But for the first 2, 3, maybe 4 games of the day, we couldn't get Broken into our squad because he was having his own tech issues. So that was the next issue we had to deal with. The first round we had someone called Stephanie. Apologies, I don't know who that was. And this round we had a random gameplay reviewer that was in the press section, rather than the Broken Machine. Now, obviously this was a bigger deal for him than for me, but still for us it was frustrating, because, yay, go me on the 4-piece there, because I was all ready to play with this squad of people that I know and like and have interacted with for the past 7 months. I really like Squid, I really like Broken, and I got on quite well with Danger Cow at this event as well. So, we couldn't have that. Eventually, I don't know if he sorted it. I don't know if the tech guys sorted it. I don't know if it just fixed itself. But eventually, he was able to play with us kind of off and on a little bit. So that was the next problem. So our squad was also significantly weaker than it would have been, which was a problem. Now, what was the main issue of the day, though? You may be saying, okay, but none of this really covers why your gameplay was scuffed compared to what you can normally do. Aside from yesterday playing BF1, which we'll come to as well. Oh my god, worst day ever. Why was the gameplay scuffed, Get Good? Well, you may know that I play with an Xbox controller. I've played on Xbox for the past 10, 15 years, I don't know. It's the controller that I'm used to. I play with an Xbox Elite Series 2. So I'm used to the Xbox sticks, the triggers, the button layout, and a paddle on the back that I use for jump. Reasonably standard stuff, right? I could not use an Xbox controller at the EA event. I was warned of this already. It wasn't a surprise. I was warned by Tom I wouldn't be able to do it. So I spent £250 a week and a half before the event. This is true. I spent £250 before a week and a half before the event to buy a PlayStation 5 Edge controller and an adapter so I could use the PS5 Edge controller on my Xbox. I spent a week and a half practicing with that on stream that some of you will have seen and managed to get to a decent level of ability with it. I was informed that there would be PS5 Edge controllers, or at least it was thought that there would be at the event because it seems fairly standard to expect it. I can't remember who said it in our chat, but someone said that there would be PS5 Edge controllers there. So I did not take my PS5 Edge controller because I'm traveling from the UK to the US. It's more weight. It's another piece of tech that I have to take out at the security thing. It's another thing I didn't have room for, so I didn't take it. They didn't have PS5 Edge controllers at the event. They had normal PS5 controllers. You may or may not know that they are quite different. Why couldn't I use an Xbox controller? It was a sponsor thing. Sony provided the controllers or something, which is fine. Like, I'm not here to complain about that in any way, shape, or form, to be completely honest with you. If that's how the deal was, then that's how the deal was. It's fine. I have no issues with that. But yeah, I couldn't use an Xbox controller. So we got there, and there were no PS5 Edge controllers. I knew this on the Tuesday already, but obviously it was more of a problem on the Thursday when I'm very tired. I'm playing BF6 on stream at the reveal event, which now has 2 or 3 million views on it on YouTube. And I'm playing against Scump, Crimsix, Nadeshot, Otter, Tactical Brit, Stods, basically a who's who of Battlefield players and former Call of Duty pros, former world champions, former Overwatch pros, CSGO content creators, etc. Because there was crossplay, by the way. I was playing against mouse and keyboard. Most people playing on mouse and keyboard. So, I'm on a PlayStation controller that I can't use. Almost everyone else in the event, because as you'll know, not many people play on Xbox, especially on Battlefield. I'm one of the only, if not the only person at this damn event on a controller they can't use, playing against people using controllers they can use, and mouse and keyboard. So if you've been wondering why the gameplay was scuffed and why I was struggling, it's now hopefully starting to become clear what was going on. Let me fast forward here to some gameplay, unless it's the rounds where I had a terrible time, in which case we'll fast forward through these. This was brutal. Don't know who I was playing against, but they were unbelievable, and I could not do a thing with the controller. We'll go to... I think I did okay here. I think this was all right, eventually. I think we start to pick it up about halfway through the round. Let me do that. We'll do that there. Now, if you're wondering what's so different about a PS5 controller and a PS5 Edge controller, the PS5 Edge controller, one, has the paddles on the back, so I can do the jump that I'm used to via my muscle memory. They also have the trigger stops, so that you can adjust how much you need to pull the trigger, which I am used to. It also avoids the problem with the triggers on PS5. Some of you are going to know this. The triggers on PS5 have some kind of haptic feedback or something. Basically, they're difficult to pull based on what's happening in the game. They have extra tension, which is kind of cool when you're playing a single player game. When you're playing a competitive multiplayer shooter against some of the best players in the world with sticks and button layouts you're not used to, those triggers are an abomination to use. They'd be an abomination to use even if you're just sat playing at home, in my opinion, especially if you're not used to it. So, that controller was the worst thing that could have happened to me in that circumstance. It was such a pain. We're going to keep the PS5 Edge controller as the daily bonus challenge, right? Yeah, I'm going to add the PS5 controller to a dono challenge. I'm also planning to buy the replica Duke controller, which is a replica of the original Xbox controller, the horrible one, and have that for a dono challenge round as well. So yes, we will be keeping both of those and having them as a challenge on BF6, correct. So yes, that's why that was a problem, and it was a big problem, unfortunately. The lesson I learned is next time I will take any hardware that I have so that I can use it if they allow me to use it, because it was a real issue. People were told they couldn't use their own mice, but then a lot of people that took their own mice eventually were able to use them. So again, lesson learned. Partially my fault for not taking it, but I didn't think I'd need it. But yeah, next time I will take it and hopefully won't have this problem. It still won't be a controller I'm comfortable with, but it'll be a lot better than the Xbox One. I do think my gameplay picks up this round at some point, by the way. Unless it was the next round. No, it's this round. It definitely picks up. But yeah, so that was very interesting, as I'm sure you can imagine, based on what I've told you. It was not quite when I was sat in the event being like, hey guys, I'm going to try and be really positive. I'll talk to you about all this stuff after the event. We're just going to try and make the best of it. This was why I was saying that. Because I had been having an absolute nightmare for like a couple days. It was a real struggle. And I was frustrated because I had been getting good gameplay in BF Labs whenever I'd been getting to play it. So I knew what I could do on the game. I couldn't do anything like that on the actual reveal stream. And that is why, for those of you that have been wondering what I've been talking about the past day or so that I said to talk about today, that's why you've not been getting a lot of gameplay from me, or not been getting a lot of content from me. I made my video on my impressions of the game, and then my content requires a lot of time, bespoke scripts, and very specific concepts. The only way I can get around it being too early for that stuff is just uploading gameplays for you guys, but I couldn't get good gameplays at the event because of these problems. So we had someone join the stream yesterday and be like, everyone else has span out gameplays apart from this dude, in like an accusatory way, which I didn't bite at it. I kept my cool, but in my head I was like, dude, you have no idea. And I said I'd talk about it today. So that's why you've not been getting tons of stuff from me, because I literally haven't had stuff to give you. Like, I genuinely do not have the content to give you right now because I don't have the gameplays to upload, because my gameplay was scuffed. So now you understand, probably, and that's where the frustration is, and why I'm really look forward to the beta coming out, so I can get a lot more stuff and start to push out gameplays and more shorts and stuff for you guys. So that stuff is coming. It's just not here yet. No, the beta's not live. This is a watchback, Ernie. The early access for the beta goes live on Thursday, mate. It goes live in a couple of days, pal. So yeah, that's why that was that way, which I'm sure you can understand. So I couldn't really capitalize upon the situation anywhere near as much as I would have liked to. Despite the event being a great thing, I maybe only like optimized, I don't know, like 10% of what I feel like I could have done with this event for my growth. But what's done is done. Like, I have this mindset at the minute of why ruminate, you know, why overthink this stuff and lament about it. It's done, it happened, couldn't do anything about it. We move forwards now. Hopefully this is just a short-term thing. It's another hurdle to traverse, and the good times hopefully are ahead still. So that's how that went. Again, I've learned my lessons now. I take all of the possible stuff next time. I adjust all the settings next time. I'll be more comfortable next time with the whole thing because I was a bit out of my element. And hopefully next time we do some kind of event, things will be a lot healthier for the channel, so we'll have a lot more viewers and all that sort of stuff, and a lot more stuff to capitalize on, a lot more revenue streams, and all the good stuff that keeps this a thing that I'm able to do. With that in mind, by the way, thank you, big man EA, whoever it actually was, for the first support of the day 15 minutes ago. I appreciate it. Thank you for facilitating our continuation of the content at the minute as we head towards hopefully having more revenue streams eventually. Thank you very much. I would do it all again, anyway, to get back to it and summarize. I would do it all again and do a much better job of it. And thank you to EA for the invite. I don't have to say this right now. This is not a sponsored piece of content. But thank you very much for the invite. And the actual event itself was absolutely phenomenal. It has landed extremely well with the Battlefield community and the wider gaming community. There were a lot of problems behind the scenes. I definitely was one of the people that had I would say one of the higher number of problems, but I did see other people having a lot of issues as well. But when it comes to how the stream actually landed for the public, that's inconsequential, and they did do a very, very, very good job with what they were trying to achieve. So shout out to them for that. Gonna be honest with you, your content last 2 years is mostly you complaining and talk about donations. It's not fun to watch. That's fine. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, you're welcome to your opinion. I'm not sure what you could have expected me to do, and I am always going to make a massive deal out of donos. Always. And if you ever want content creators to continue to make their content during extremely difficult periods like I have gone through, like I would challenge anyone to go through the last 2 or 3 years as a content creator in the way that I have, you would also need to mention ways to keep the content sustainable. So I hope you understand that. So thank you for your honesty, and that is my honest feedback. I cannot say that it has been fun for me, and I don't expect it to have been fun for you, but I've done my absolute best with it, and I've worked almost every single day. I've worked 99% of days over the past 2 or 3 years to keep this going and to keep pumping out content for you guys. This year, I have worked every single day almost, and I have put out a short every single day for 4 or 5 months now. 2 shorts a day for a lot of that. I've uploaded full-length videos and I've streamed most days, so hopefully that is enough payback for the whinging and moaning and the thanking people for donos. Thank you, McGee, for the membership. I really appreciate it. That's immense. Thank you so much. Can we get on McGee some love in the chat? For the latest support, I will update the daily bonus at some point. Thank you, McGee and Big Man EA. Thank you, McGee. All right, no worries, interesting. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you soon. Catch you very soon. Sorry, I know some of you asking questions. I will answer your questions. You'll need to hold them for when I've gone through this bit. Once I've gone through this explanation of the event and everything, I will then cover your questions and try and give you answers for the ones that I can answer. You'll have to rewrite the questions again, though, and maybe stagger them a little bit for me. So yes, thank you to EA for the invite, and shout out to all the fantastic staff and content creators that I came about. I don't want to try and name all the content creators they interacted with because there were so many, and they were so nice, so welcoming, and I don't want to leave people out. I just want to do a very, very quick, specific thank you. Will from Work, Teabag, Max, Westy. I had a brilliant time with those guys, and they were especially nice, so thank you to them. But again, everyone else I interacted with, brilliant, wonderful stuff. So, with that now complete, and with you understanding what my time there was like, and my current initial thoughts for BF6, especially if you have seen the video that I've made on it. If you haven't, it's up on my channel if you want to watch it at some point. Or I think we do have a link for it. Can't remember what the link is in the chat. Someone post it if you remember it. Now, please feel free to give me your feedback and indeed your comments. Let me know. Oh, sorry, your questions. Thanks for your reply. If you want my advice, focus stream and the gameplay. The rest will follow. I understand what you're saying, dude. But I've had to try and make a living over the last 3 years somehow. And the way I've done that has been the daily goal. I do understand where you're coming from. I have now got rid of the daily goal, and I'm trying not to talk about the sport as much. But I can't stress to you enough that the way I have handled things, as much as it was unpalatable for some people, is the only reason I'm still here right now making content that you guys get to watch for free should you choose to. So that's just the way it's had to be, my dude. I understand your point completely. It's not the way I've wanted to do it, but it's the way I have basically needed to do it. And we are trying to make changes moving forwards now. Did you make any connections? Did you go to any iconic food places while you were there? I did not really do much food eating while I was there. And I didn't really go to specific places, no. It ended up not being that kind of week or that kind of visit. And I also was not as hungry there as I usually would be, and I tended to just get hungry when I got back to the hotel each night before going to sleep. So I just ate at the hotel a lot of the time. So I did not eat a lot of the stuff that I intended to eat, nor did I get to do a lot of the things that people said I should try. But should I go back again, I would definitely try a lot of things you guys recommended, because I would have liked to have done. Space Marine, hello Juan, how's your day going, dude? You having a good one, man? Thank you very, very much for tuning in, dude. Oh, and yes, I did make connections. Yes, I spoke to a lot of content creators, and I do expect and hope to do some content with some content creators during BF6 as well, so you guys aren't just sitting listening to me talk to you guys and talk to myself the whole time. I'm looking forward to Dame getting back to stream with him. I've also been speaking to Laria recently, that some of you know. And I'm hoping my friends are going to play Battlefield as well, and so we can maybe do some stream stuff with them. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Sorry, I will update the bonus in a minute. I'm trying to do an estimate in my head rather than calculating it. I don't know. I think we're maybe on like 3%. Let me throw that up on the screen while I update it, and then we'll make it disappear again. Bear with me. The daily bonus rewards are in the description as well. We will be doing those if we get the bonus or bonuses, regardless of it being this kind of day. And we probably will play some BF1 at some point today as well, unless you guys specifically want to just watch the gameplay from the reveal event rather. I have found I need quite a lot more gameplay for the 2 videos I've got coming out for the next 2 tier lists. I missed off a lot of guns I didn't realize I missed off, so I do actually need to get some footage, so we might do that today. We certainly will be doing it in the near future. I think I will drop one of the BF5 streams I was going to do and do a BF1 one instead to try and get the footage, but that's to come in the next few days regardless. Was Dame invited but couldn't go? Does anyone know? No, Dame didn't. No, Dame didn't get an invite, but he wouldn't have been able to go either way because he's on a cruise at the minute for his main work thing. But no, Dame wasn't invited. It would be really cool if Dame gets an invite somewhere down the line, of course. That'd be awesome. But a lot of Battlefield content creators were invited, but I don't know who the smallest content creator there was, but most people are of like a fairly solid size. So hopefully at some point he can get to that point and he can get invited to these things, especially for me, because it would be great for me to have him to go with. That'd be awesome. I thought Battlefield 2040, I think this is going to be 2 you meant, was going to be your year, but 2042 is kind of a dud for everyone, but this year will be your year. Battlefield 6 is your year. My question for you is, when is the Battlefield BR? Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Viper Venom. I'm going to be doing everything that I can to get this to where it should have been a long time ago, and we can get rid of all the anxiety about the continuation of this and income and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, I really hope so, and thank you very much for your kind words. And, I can't talk to you about the Battlefield BR very much. I actually genuinely don't know what you can expect about release times or anything, but I think it was confirmed at the event that it's going to hit labs at some point in the near future. But that's the most I can tell you, and it is the most I actually know right now about scheduling. Again, if I miss any of your questions, since it's important, feel free to write it again in a few minutes, because I probably will miss some. What's your favorite gun to use during the event? My favorite gun to use was the M4, but there's a caveat. I couldn't play anywhere near the way I would have liked to have played because of the controller issues. So I might have enjoyed something else, slash being able to use other guns a lot more effectively had that not been the case with the controller. But with the controller the way it is, or the way it was, yeah, I enjoyed the M4 the most by quite a long way. And very, very much enjoyed the M4. I thought I was going to enjoy the shotgun, which was absolutely busted. Most people really enjoyed the shotgun, but it was just too hard for me to aim with the sticks and with the issues with the triggers. So the shotgun actually wasn't much use for me in the end because I was so heavily hampered by the aiming problems and the controller problems. And I do think the shotgun will be changed for the beta and certainly for full release because I do think it was bugged how effective it was. For those of you that have seen some crazy clips out there, I don't think it was supposed to be as effective as it turned out to be during the reveal. Do you think the game will actually be good? It was so hyped for 2042 and was so disappointed. Just don't want that to happen again. I'm cautiously optimistic. It is currently the most I'm willing to say is that I'm cautiously optimistic because I don't want to mislead anyone because obviously these are the early days, but me being cautiously optimistic is a big deal when you compare it with how I felt about BF 2042 when it was going to release. I was definitely one of the earliest people to say that BF 2042 was probably in trouble. So me saying I'm cautiously optimistic about this one is a good sign. We'll fast forward now to another bit of gameplay. 1 second, bear with me. I don't remember how I did in these rounds. It might have been a struggle. Again, the longer we went during the day, the more I seemed to struggle with the controller. So this might be a bad round, I'm not sure, but prepare yourselves for disappointment. Where are we? I personally enjoyed the last couple of years, despite you having a struggle due to 2042 being a flop. You've had good and bad days like everyone else, but I take my hat off to you. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it. I must say, I don't hold it against anyone that hasn't enjoyed my content for the past 2 years, because I have not enjoyed doing the last 2 years. So I can't really blame anyone particularly, but it's very nice to hear people be like, hey, I had a good time despite the fact that it's clearly been a struggle. So thank you very much. We need to get you to the 24-hour BF6 daily bonus. I mean, yeah, look, it's highly unlikely. Oh, the codes appearing on stream, I think were all used, by the way. There's not much point. You can try them if you want, but obviously those codes are outdated now and probably were all used. So it's up to you if you want to try and use them, but it's probably a waste of your time. They're just codes that were shown when I was streaming live. I do have some more codes for you, though, by the way. I need to work out how I'm going to give them out. I'm going to probably give some out in different ways. I'll probably just gift a couple. I'll probably do one for biggest donor or something. I'll probably do one for a new sub, stuff like that. I got to work out how to do it. But I do have some codes for you guys, so we'll work out over the next couple of days how I'm going to give those out. Cop Shaw, thank you for the 500 bits, man. Look forward to watching you stream BF6 buzzing. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Can we get Copshaw some love in the chat for the 500 bits on Twitch? Thank you for the latest support, mate. That's very, very kind of you. Much love in the chat for Copshaw. Also, Toyo, thank you for the follow about 3 minutes ago on Twitch. I missed that. Welcome new Twitch viewers as well as new YouTube viewers. Again, thank you for all of the growth recently. It's nothing like the growth I used to get, obviously, and hopefully that we will get. But compared to the last couple of years, solid growth the past couple of weeks or week or two. I don't know where you're all coming from. Again, as I've been saying, I can't work out where you guys are coming from my analytics. It's really weird. You're not showing up as subbing en masse from any specific videos. I don't know if it's just my videos in general being boosted by more interest in Battlefield, but regardless. Thank you very much for joining the community. I hope you enjoy daily Battlefield content, whether it be a short, a stream, a video, or a combination of all three. Right, let me scroll up a little bit. Did I miss an important question? Dame shouting balls in a room filled with bigger streamers, pure cinema. Did you hear what some of the other people were shouting? Because YouTube have changed the rules on profanity, some people were going pretty nuts with the expletives. Like, they really were. Some of you will have seen the clip out there somewhere of Tactical Brit blowing up a chopper and blowing up Tommy from the Angry Gamers, and him dropping a C-bomb, like, loud from the deck above us. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but yeah, that was the thing at the event. So there was definitely a lot of shouting going on. Would you discourage pre-orders? I would neither discourage nor encourage pre-orders. I think the game looks decent at this point. I think there's reason to be cautiously optimistic. I think if you're definitely going to play it regardless, a pre-order is fine. I think if you're in any way unsure or just want to play it safe, especially if you got caught out, I don't know how I didn't get killed there, especially if you got caught out by BF 2042, then don't pre-order. You don't really have anything to lose by waiting to see what the beta is like, waiting to see what your favorite content creator thinks, or just waiting to see how the game drops at full launch. So that is definitely a you decision, but I'm not going to encourage nor discourage. Do as you please. Are you happy that DICE have added a non-mode for creators so you can hide your name and prevent stream sniping? It's key at this point that we know that, some of you guys might not know this, that this is now BF Studios developing this, because it is genuinely a combination of studios working on this. It's no longer specifically DICE heading everything up. So it is BF Studios now. Am I happy to see that? Yes. Do I think that alone will stop stream sniping? No. I think a lot of the stream sniping actually comes from people seeing the stream and then stream sniping. It's not specifically people noticing the streamer in the game and then stream sniping. But it is definitely a decent chunk of it. So yes, I'm pleased that streamer mode is going to be a thing. Dude, I think I got the hiccups or something. Jesus Christ. I'm pleased it's a thing. I'm pleased they're looking for ways to help with stream sniping. And also, I know the server browser thing is up in the air and we think we're probably not getting one. I'm not a fan of that, but also the lack of that means that stream sniping again will be hampered. So massive pros and cons either way, but hopefully all combined it means that I and others will get stream sniped a whole lot less on the next game, which is better for you guys that like to watch streams, because we all know how it derails the content. So yeah, happy with that. It's a good thing. My question is hopefully not as vain looking as it appears, but I want to ask if my Streamlab dono made it through on Thursday, because I can't see the charge on my side. GG, 'twas only a little tip. Oh, on Thursday? So what day are we today? Back on Thursday. Dude. What name did you do it under, Brown? Oh, was it a 5, dude? Was it from yourself, Brown? Little tip for the Premo BF6 gameplay. The video is good too. If it was that, I got it, mate. And I think I did thank you for it, but it might have taken me a while to get round to it. So if it was that one, yes, mate, I got it. Thank you very much for your support. No Mana Left, thank you for the Prime on Twitch. I really appreciate it, dude. That's super kind of you. Big shout out, No Mana Left, everybody, for the Prime. Thank you for your Primes, people. Very, very kind. It's a free way to support the content. Thank you. Super, super cool. Really appreciate it, dude. Right, next question. I said I wasn't going to read all these and scroll back, but here we are scrolling back, and now I'm getting lost in the chat. In fact, let me scroll forwards a bit. If you ask me an important question and I missed it, let me know. What do you think about Assault getting attack insert instead of recon? It's one of those things I have to try. I think there will be downsides to it, because there always are. But I think it's somewhat logical in terms of them trying to push the fight. And it helps with recons not sitting a mile away. And then just repeatedly spawning in there. That being said, in the version of the game, or the versions of the modes where there's unlocked weapons, snipers will just use that class to get that, and then use a sniper anyway. So it'll be a mixed bag, but I understand what they're trying to do. I do think it's a reasonable decision, but I will have to form my proper opinion when the game drops properly, or fully rather. Right, I'm gonna miss loads of questions here, but I'm just gonna scroll forwards, and you guys can ask me your questions if I missed them, if they're important. Where are we? Where's the question? Where's the question? I've scrolled forwards now, I'm missing the questions. Have you noticed the throwback to a past Battlefield? Do you mean like the way that they linked it, or the way they've taken inspiration from previous ones? Yeah, I would say so. I definitely see. So BF4 and BF3 and all that were before my time in terms of being a Battlefield player and a Battlefield content creator, but I am somewhat familiar with them to some degree, obviously, and I do see what they're going for here. And I think it was a smart decision because I think it goes back to a time that was way before a lot of the more recent disappointments and allows them to sort of clear things out a bit and rid people of the negative connotations of what we've gone through for the past 5 years. So yes, I see it, and yes, I think it's a good thing. Use a command that picks a chat member, then DM them on Discord. Do you mean for a code? That was something I thought about. It's just difficult because the winner picks work so poorly and not everyone is going to have the Discord, but it's a decent idea. We could maybe do it that way. Possibly. Right, okay, I'm kind of up to speed, but I think I did miss some questions. So if you've got more questions, let me know. And if I missed your question, rewrite it. I'm just going to go and turn the aircon off for a sec because it's actually getting kind of cold in here. And again, thank you for the support so far today. No Mana Left, Copshaw, McGee, and Big Man EA. I think that was all the support. I'm going to do an estimate on the goal again because I've not done a proper one. I think we're on about 6% or so. I'll get that added on to the daily bonus for the day, and I'll flash that on screen for a second in just a moment. Get that saved up. Here you go. There it is, top left. 6% on the daily bonus board for the day, and it's gone. Right, I'll be with you guys in 1 second. Right, let me grab my drink. And again, thank you for the fresh subs and everything, guys. Welcome to the community. We're hoping for a very bright new future and a lot more people join the community in the near future. So you're kind of here early in some ways. So congrats on getting here before we actually hit our next rise. And I hope you'll enjoy all the content that's going to be coming your way. Hey GG, the gameplay and all looks good, but I'm worried about the seasonal content drop. Your thoughts? What are you worried about specifically in terms of the content dropping and how they're planning to do it? Neo G, thank you for the Twitch follow, mate. Welcome to the community. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very, very much. I'd be down for sponsoring some codes you give away to some viewers. Oh, dude. Well, let's put it this way. If you drop donos and you request that I put out the codes when you drop donos, I will do it. But I will still give out all of the codes somehow at some point, even without support. So it's up to you how you want to do it, mate. I won't just be holding codes back. I will give them all out eventually. I'm just not sure how. But if you do drop donos and you request I drop a code because of it, I'll do that. It's up to you, mate. There's no pressure, but that's a super kind offer. Thank you, dude. Space Marine, I don't know if we've covered this before. I didn't mention it yesterday, but just so you know, because you were so supportive yesterday, if you do plan to support more, we have Streamlabs in the description if you're able to use it, because it will help us to get daily bonus. The daily bonus via Super Chat is an obscene amount because I lose 30 to 50+% of it, depending on the way that it's done on YouTube. So if you don't want to waste a load of your money and see me not get a load of the money, Streamlabs in the description, and you can support exactly the same way if you want. That goes for everybody as well. If you didn't know, if you support via YouTube, a ton of your support never makes it to the content creator. So if you want to not waste your funds and you want the content creator to actually get the vast majority, Streamlabs in the description. Thank you very much. Where are we? I'll come back to that question when I get a follow-up on it that I asked for. Did you know that we love you and I'm happy that the next game will be good and we'll enjoy your content? Thank you, man. That's very kind of you. I have appreciated all the positivity that's come my way. We've had a lot of negativity to deal with over the past 2 or 3 years, of course, but it's been massively outweighed by wonderful, positive, regular viewers. So for the millionth time, I want to extend my thanks for that. It's been absolutely appreciated and noticed on a very frequent basis. So thank you very much. Let me have a quick drink. Will Dame be able to play even though he has the tiniest hands ever? Yes, but it would probably help if Dame got a sponsorship from a company that makes tiny controllers. Maybe you guys could try and sort that out for him. I didn't say. Neo G, thank you for your Prime as well, dude. That's awesome. Much love in the chat for Neo G for the Twitch Prime. I appreciate your support. Thank you very, very much. Much love to Neo G for the latest support, everybody. What a champ. Thank you. Will you be updating your dono challenges when the game releases? Yes. So I'm revamping things at the minute as we go. But when the full game drops and we get more ideas and we see what's specifically in the game that we can do, I will take away a lot of the tired old dono challenges and the ones that people don't use, and I will add new ones, and I'll try and add new ones that are like across the full range, so all the way from little ones to really big ones. Lay, welcome to the stream. How you doing? You having a good day? Thank you for tuning in. And McGee, thank you very much for your kind words. I appreciate that. Do you know which map from Hardline is being added in BF6? No, I don't. I don't know if we've been told or not, but I'm not very familiar with Hardline, so no, I don't know off the top of my head, unfortunately. They're really pushing server browser through Portal and aren't backing down and giving proper server browser to the people. Can you imagine a real potential idea with the Portal? Can you imagine a real potential idea with the Portal? Not sure on the actual question part of your statement, but yes, they do seem to be pretty hardline on just doing the server browser and Portal and not for the main game. There are reasons why they're doing that. I think it comes down to the way they want to do the matchmaking, because they're trying to use a priority system where it will look at the platform you're playing on and try and prioritize that, even if you have crossplay turned on, which is definitely a good feature. I would still like to see a server browser in the game. I do understand that you kind of can't do both things at once, so there's pros and cons either way. It's kind of a personal preference thing, what you would prefer to have. I would imagine if you're on PC, you would like to have the server browser regardless. If you're on console, you maybe have an opinion one way or the other. I'm worried about Fortnite Battle Pass-like content and being too focused on skins and cosmetics, even if the devs say they would be ground. I would honestly prefer the DLCs like module in BF1 and BF4. I choose not to think about that at the minute. The reason is we don't even have the games yet. Well, the game rather yet. So we don't know how they're going to go about it. I'm more focused on, is the game going to be good? And if they do go down the route of wild skins, which I don't think they will, I don't think they'll do absolutely crazy skins, but if they do skins that aren't particularly grounded, I do think, look at how much I was struggling, by the way. Look at where I am on the scoreboard. Damn controller, dude. I do hope that they add a option in the menus to turn off the skins if you choose to. I think that would be smart, so you can kind of do either or. But no, I honestly am not worried about that, and I think we pretty much have to come to the point where we accept that the old way of doing monetization in terms of content is now dead. At least you now don't have to pay for it. But yeah, there's pros and cons either way. I don't remember how this round went. I think we really struggled to get through. This map on Breakthrough with a lobby full of extremely capable players was not good. It would maybe play differently in a public setting. I hope it would, but we'll have to see how that pans out. But as an attacker on this, it was absolutely brutal trying to get through. Like it really was wildly unbalanced. What's your beef with Doritos Danimita chili lemon chips? Was that what it was? Dude, they were way too strong. I could eat them and they were fine, but it was just way too strong. Way too strong, way too hot to be palatable, to have like a whole bag. I ate about 20% of a bag and binned the rest, mate. It was way too much for me. Not what I expected, but cool to have tried them. I also probably mispronounced the name of them there, big time. Have you got any wishlist remaster maps for the BF6 life cycle? I know Dice said they want to hear what fan favorites maps we'd like to see. No, I actually don't. I think that the maps in the game at the minute trend a little bit too hard to the small close quarters end of the spectrum, because not everyone wants closer quarters and small stuff, and I understand that. But I do think the maps in the game that I played are generally better than the maps I have played in other Battlefield games on average. I have said for many years, I think the majority of maps in Battlefield are way too big and way too open. Twitch.com said, yeah, dude, don't advertise other streamers in the chat, my dude. That is, one, I have already told people I have my own codes. Two, it is incredibly bad form to come into someone's stream and advertise another stream. And I feel like it shouldn't be necessary for me to tell people that. It seems really obvious and common courtesy, but maybe you do not have the social acumen to know that. So please don't come into my stream or anyone else's stream and advertise another stream, because no streamer is going to receive that well, because it's kind of asinine. All right, cheers. Now, what was I saying before the very rude interruption? I haven't used Streamlabs, so I'll check it out. Thank you, man. That would be huge. It basically gives me a decent shot of getting goals. For example, I didn't want to mention it yesterday because I didn't want to seem ungrateful, but we would have got reasonably close yesterday to the goal if all of the support had come through on Streamlabs rather than YouTube donos and memberships. So the daily bonuses are not out of reach a lot of the time. It's just generally the support comes through in ways that sees us lose a lot of it. So I try and tell people often, but I don't want to just spam it out and have people be like, wow, he talks about this a lot. So there we go. That's now you know anyway. What was your favorite gun in BF6? The M4. But that, my opinion, might change when I'm actually using a controller that I like and once the guns have been rebalanced to some degree. But on this, the M4 was definitely my favorite. The beta is not out yet, no. The early access starts on Thursday through Friday, and the open beta is Saturday through Sunday. Where are we? Can you explain how Assault can carry 2 primary weapons in-game? Yes, it's a weapon sling. So one of the abilities, let's say, for Assault is that they get to, as one of their gadget slots, they get to use another primary weapon. But they have since changed it where you can't use the same kind of primary weapon. You can carry like a shotgun or a carbine or something, but you can't carry 2 assault rifles. Yes, you can preload the beta now if you want to, that's correct. Definitely had a massive issue as an attacker on this map. Still had fun though. Yeah, this map for Breakthrough was not good as an attacker. Again, it maybe is different in public play, but when it's full of basically professional players and content creators, it was not well balanced. So they either need to change something or hope that it plays very differently in a public lobby.
Much love, Triple G.
Hey.
Can't wait for this beta. Streamlabs over super chats always.
Thank you very much. Diesel, that means that was Alex, I believe. Thank you, Alex. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was Alex. Alex, thank you for the latest support and being the current Chief Stream Power of the Day, King of the Stream. And I will add that onto the daily bonus in a little while, along with the other support. Thank you very, 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 very much. I appreciate it. Big love, Alex, please, everybody. I still have an Xbox One X. I'm going to be playing on PC. Yes, this game is not on the old gen. There you can see my movement was a real struggle with this controller. The game will not be on old gen consoles. It will be on PC and current gen. So Xbox Series X and S and PS5. We are leaving the old gen behind on this one. Not a good graphic. Welcome to the stream, mate. How are you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Congrats on being in the top 3 now, Brown. Well done, mate. Does pre-order give you early access? No. To get early access, you either need an invite or you need to get a code from a content creator, or you need to have signed up for BF Labs when it was available, or you need to get EA Pro, I think the service is called. They are the ways that I know of to get into the early access version of the beta. Otherwise, you have to wait a couple of extra days and you'll be able to play this coming weekend. It's still not long. You will be able to play on Saturday either way. I want more long corridor maps like Operation Metro, interestingly shaped maps, and a few big open maps. I want to avoid the issue we've had on previous Battlefields where it becomes just staring down corridors personally, but I agree to some extent that some more variation would be good. As much as at the minute the maps suit me and how I like to play, you can't tell from the gameplay again because of the damn controller I had to use, but yeah, that guy I think should have died. But wow, yeah, there were definitely some issues with some hit detection and time to death and time to kill stuff you may have noticed. Hopefully when the game releases, that will be fixed up. But yeah, I think there should be some more variation for people that don't specifically rather like what I like. God, that was a hard sentence. But I do want to see them continue to utilize a vast array of cover, even on the larger maps that they will probably have in the game. Because I like that we can traverse the map without being shot out in the open. Stod said key drops will be available again on Thursday. You can enter early access if you watch streams on Thursday. Are people not dropping keys now? I don't think they're time gated. As far as I'm aware, they're not time gated. I think you can choose how you give out the keys, as far as I know. Because I've given a couple to a couple of friends of mine so they can play with me, or at least play, you know, during the early access. And I saw that Westy's giving some away for just like something on Twitter. So I think you can give them out how you like, but I'll have to try and check. But yeah, some people will be giving them out on stream on Thursday, I imagine, because then they can utilize it to get viewership, obviously, anyway, by putting drops in the title and stuff. So I guess that makes sense. You get EA Pro with Game Pass Ultimate, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so Brown thinks that. I don't know for sure, but Brown thinks that's the case. So feel free to do a Google search, people, to see if you will have early access if you've got Game Pass Ultimate. Have a look. I don't know for sure. You'll have to look. Was happy to see you. Was happy to see you play BF6 early. Thank you, Puskar, and welcome to the stream, dude. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Still don't know how I feel about the snapshot of the guy that kills you. Why is that better than the live outline after your death? I think the way they've done it at the minute is not very visually pleasing, but I think it probably helps with the issue of just tracking a guy to exactly where he goes after he kills you. Because, for example, if you're playing against a clan at the minute on BF1, right, and you kill a clan member, you can argue this is just teamwork or whatever, but if you kill a clan member on BF1 at the moment, especially in my damn lobbies, if I kill a clan member, he instantly calls out exactly where I have gone to the other 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people that are playing with him, because he can see it in real time and just sit there and watch where I go, which basically means it's a guaranteed death. So they're probably trying to avoid that kind of thing to some degree, would be my hypothesis on that one. How does the TTK feel compared to BF1? I actually found it to be inconsistent, is my honest answer. Sometimes it felt like you melted people, other times it felt like it took a little while, sometimes it felt like they had the opportunity to get away from damage, other times it felt like I died very quickly. So I can't currently tell you. I'm really not sure what the idea was and how it will end up. I think it will be Twitch drops like it was in Reveal. Have I misunderstood it maybe? I don't know. I don't know if the Twitch drops are being done differently, but I already have my codes, so I don't know, mate. Why have you played with a controller and not a mouse keyboard? I mean, my honest answer is that's a bit like asking a mouse and keyboard player why they don't play with controller, right? I mean, it's just I play on console. I've played on console for many years, and controller is what I'm used to using. On the last 3 games, despite the fact I think my KD's fallen on all of them now because of reasons that are well documented, I think I achieved a 3+ KD for a long time across the past 3 games, and that was all using controller. So I don't have a reason to switch to use mouse and keyboard. The game is available to controller players. The matchmaking will seemingly be prioritizing the platform that you play on, so I'll continue to play with the input that I enjoy using and play better with by a long way. Where are we? BF6 has to make the weapons have more recoil because it's 0 recoil now. I didn't find the weapons that hard to use, and I think they could increase it to some degree. The jury's a little bit out on that because, again, I'm using a controller I didn't like. But Tactical Brit raised a point of, you are watching people that basically make a living from being able to shoot straight. So you're maybe getting a different perspective than you otherwise would get. But yeah, I do think it's a lot of the guns maybe not innately were super beamy, but could be made beamy with the right attachments. So maybe they'll change that. But I'm reserving judgment until the game is out properly and until I get to use my actual proper controller. And then I'll be able to tell you. I heard console players will have the option to use mouse and keyboard, and if they couldn't matchmake consoles, then redirect to PC. So I don't know how that's going to work at the minute. I do know that apparently they will support mouse and keyboard on console because this is absolute cross-playing. We're now in the year 2025. I don't know whether they're going to do it based on platform or based on input method. I would like it to be via input method or some kind of amalgamation, but I actually don't have the information right now which way they're going to choose to do it. So it remains to be seen. Do you think connection matters more this time, or was it just a test environment? I have no way of knowing because I was playing in a building where everyone else was playing. So I genuinely have no idea. I haven't yet had any way of ascertaining how much of an impact the connection actually makes. I will try and nail that down when the game is out properly and we've played an extensive amount. I can't remember if ping is even displayed on the scoreboard. So I don't know, mate. I really don't know. Feet cam when? Remains to be seen. If I do get a hand cam, then you guys will probably see my feet sometimes. So I hope you guys will be excited about that. I like the death UI where you can see the body section where you got shot, but I prefer World War III's version where it shows exactly where you got shot. I might be misreading that. What do you mean, David? Feel free to write again now, see if I can work out what you mean, because I'm not familiar with World War III. Did not play. Thank you for encouraging people to like, David. Yeah, hit the like button, subscribe, follow, etc. We're probably going to have a low income day, so do the free things if you can. That'd be great. Like, subscribe, follow. That'd be amazing. We're trying to grow this as much as possible. The more I can grow my content, the more a shot I have of making solid income from sponsorships, which then lessens the requirement for me to make money via the stream. So probably going to have a low income day. Do the free stuff. That'd be immense. I appreciate it so much, and I will be giving you so much Battlefield content moving forwards. So I hope you'll enjoy. Thank you. I'd love console-only crossplay. I think that'd be great as well, but it then depends how much people will choose to use it. Well, we'd have to wait and see how popular it would actually be. On 2042 on Xbox, it was dead, but there were reasons for that. And if it was Xbox and PlayStation, then that would be great, obviously. But I am encouraged by the fact they're seemingly trying to prioritize the platform regardless of having crossplay turned on or not. I think that's a brilliant move. It sounds like they have a lot of really good ideas for this game. How well it's implemented, we'll see. But yeah, I think at the minute that stuff sounds very encouraging. Are you seeing again how easy it is to just defend on this? They yeah, definitely need to switch things up a bit. Cam would be great with different controller donos. Exactly, mate, exactly. Then you can see me actually using and struggling with the different controllers. That's exactly my thinking. I was talking about this yesterday. I'm heavily considering 1 hand cam and 2 maybe face cam with like just a little COVID style mask or something, so that we can have variety. You guys can see me play with webcam, without webcam sometimes. You can see me play with the hand cam, especially with challenges, all that sort of stuff. If you get foot cam, you would have a tub of honey for those people. Oh, I mean, I would wear socks, to clarify. I would definitely wear socks. Jimmy, thank you for the 50 Swedish krona, my dude. Can we get Jimmy to love in the chat for the latest support? Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate that. I will add that onto the daily bonus in a little while with the other outstanding donos. Big love, Jimmy, please, everybody. Lots of emojis for Jimmy. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Where are we? World War III and I think Grey Zone Warfare shows you precisely where the bullets penetrate your body. That's a cool concept. That's cool. I like that. It's probably more effort than it's worth, but it's cool. That's a nice feature. I like the dragging mechanism for revives. Me too. I really like that. Also, have you noticed the blood trail when you drag the bodies sometimes? Really nice extra little detail. Again, something that's not necessary that just adds a nice little extra thing to the experience. I love being able to pull someone out of danger for reviving. You will, I think you've seen how much I have tried to use it in the gameplay if you've been paying attention. I've been risking it way more running up to, like, especially my squad, Broken and Squid and Danger Cow. Like, if they died on a corner, running up and dragging them to get the revive, which I definitely wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. There's a blood trail when you drag. Yeah, I don't know if it's every time, but yeah, take a look. Whenever I drag someone, see if there's one there. Again, I don't know if it's constant or consistent, but it definitely is there sometimes. Socks don't bother then. Sorry to disappoint you, dude. Leather bunny mask? Absolutely not. Not a chance. 0% chance. The shotgun SMG range so high they have to decrease it. So the shotgun we think was bugged. I think they've even said it was bugged. So the shotgun will definitely get changed. So not as many concerns about that at the moment. But yeah, you can rest easy on that one. Thank you for the likes so far today. I'm not going to look at the likes and I'm not going to look at the sub count and the viewership until after the stream. But thank you very much. If you've not liked or subbed or whatever, feel free to do so. That'd be immense. Thank you for supporting the content. And we do put out Battlefield content every single day. If you want lots of BF6 content, hit the sub button or the follow button if you're on a different platform. And I will be rolling out regular videos as soon as I have usable gameplay when I'm using a good controller. So keep your eyes peeled. And thank you anyone that's watched... Excuse me, I'm struggling with some kind of hiccups or something. Thank you anyone that's watched the latest video. It is stuck in algorithm hell at the minute, but I think it will do all right over the long term. So thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Ooh, I think people are going to revive more, at least at first, because of the new dragging. So do I, and that's a good thing. That is a good mechanic, because it's something that has no real downside, has only positives. Trying Streamlabs now, let me know if it works. Oh, thank you, dude. I appreciate it. That's immense. I will let you know if it pops up, my dude. If you have any problems, let us know. We have previously found workarounds for it, for any issues people have had. Instead of the rare reload animations they used to do, they should do rare chances of 2042 lines rather. You just hear today I'm proud randomly. Can you imagine the flashbacks that people would have if they did that and the complaints? God damn. Snipers look lethal. Yeah, the sweet spot apparently is back, but I couldn't use a sniper because I was using a controller I couldn't aim with. So I would like to try the snipers on the beta and see what we're looking at with it. I'd love to hear the devs talk about the physics upgrade. It feels like they really did something with it for BF6. So the destruction is heavily improved, especially visually. It was something we talked about a lot during, not during the reveal, but during previous meetups. We had a guy explain in depth to us the philosophy behind it all. I think like the dust being kicked up and the crumbling and like bullet damage and the way that everything explodes, despite the fact that it's not completely freeform, so there is some controllability to it and some consistency so you can utilize it. The way it visually all appears when it happens is great, and there's a massive improvement on that front. So yeah, I'm a big fan. The destruction is great. One, they've leaned into destruction way more than they did before, which is good. And two, it's very, very visually pleasing and very effective. This should load the gameplay. There we go. They maybe need to turn down the destruction with certain gadgets. I have seen that, like, the grenade launchers, not the RPGs, but just the little grenade launchers sometimes blow up the whole of a front fascia of a building, which is probably too much. So they could turn that down a bit. But yeah, destruction's good in this game. I'm a fan. I can support the destruction. Right, we're back defending now. I think we had to defend 3 out of 4 times, which kind of sucked. Are squad revives back? Yes, they are. Which is a good thing. I like squad revives. Big time. Something I didn't like watching, the BF6 destruction is the rubble and fallen trees disappearing too soon. Oh, I haven't paid enough attention to that. I will try to pay attention when the beta drops. I actually was too busy just playing to notice, so yeah, I'll try and look out for that. You're not on the leaderboard anymore. Well, Brown, you know what to do. No, that's all right, Brown. Thank you for being top 3 earlier, mate. I appreciate it. Do you think the game gonna stand again? What do you mean? Reword for me and I'll try and give you a response. Space Marine, just so you know, I've not seen anything yet from Streamlabs. I don't know if it's supposed to have come through yet, just for your feedback you asked for. Being able to drag teammates out of danger while surviving is a great addition. Yeah, it's a very good thing. It's a thing they wanted for, was it BF5? And then they couldn't get it to work properly, so it's scrapped. So now we have it, which is a good thing. How can we forget? That's just how it works out sometimes. Dude, yeah, I know. One of the greatest voice lines of all time, right? Sorry, I'm caught between I really need to drink, but I also really need the bathroom. It's an awkward in-between I'm working with right now. There will be a new short going out, a BF6 short going out on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook in half an hour's time. And it's different. It's a kind of short I have never done before. So I want to see how you guys feel about it. So new short goes out in half an hour. If you catch it, leave me a like if you actually enjoyed it, and leave me a comment whether you liked it or not, if you like that style of short. And if it's good, if you people like it, if it does well, I'll do more of it moving forwards. Let me know. You won't get a notification for it because I don't do notifications and pings for shorts because I think it would annoy people and it would clutter the sub feed. So hopefully you'll be pushed it via YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook. You can follow any of those in the description on YouTube if you want. But if you don't manage to get it pushed to you, that was definitely mouse and keyboard. If you don't manage to get it pushed to you, you can just find it on my channel page if you go to the Shorts tab. Yeah, let me know. I'd love your feedback on it. I think that's actually a lull in the chat for the first time now, unless my multi-chat is broken. So I await your next question or statement, and we'll see when we hear back from Juan or Space Marine for whether we should have seen something pop up yet or not. If you are having issues, dude, feel free to let us know. We have previously found ways around certain problems. Yeah, my multi-chat broke for me there. Let me sort that out. Let me sort that out. I definitely need a different multi-chat software, as I've been saying. This one just breaks randomly. So I will read back the YouTube chat in a second. But I'm going to reload this now. It's very annoying, dude. Very, very annoying. Let me get that all loaded. All right, I can see what you guys are saying from this point, but I will open the YouTube chat for a moment here to catch up. Oh god, there's a lot. How far back do I need to go? Bear with me. I saw a video of someone shooting an underbarrel grenade and an entire house fell down. Yeah, I think they could probably tone it down a bit. They will have received that feedback, and I'm sure they'll act upon it. Have you tried a Have you tried a PS5 controller with domed sticks? Absolute nightmare. No, I use the concave ones. I think that's the right term. I think that's the right way around. Even those I struggled with, but the domed ones. I remember playing domed when I played PlayStation, like PS2 and stuff, and back then it just felt normal, but going back to that now would feel terrible. Absolutely awful. Burger and fries time. Indeed, indeed, man. Apparently I can open the beta on Xbox. Yeah, you can preload it. You can preload it now. So what platform are we playing on? PC for me. So Chris Bob playing on PC. I'll be playing on Xbox. Maybe you talked about this, but what's your take on Assault Class 2 OP? What do you think about the news on Spawn Beacon? I didn't find it too OP, but the difficulty with these questions is that I currently can't give you brilliant answers because of what you just watched on screen there. I can't give you brilliant answers because I could only play at like 30% or so of my actual ability because of the issues I was having with the controller and just tech issues. So it's difficult for me to formulate at the minute what balance is like and what I actually enjoyed using and was good with. But I don't think Assault is overly overpowered at the minute, aside from the fact that it's got the weapon sling and the shotgun was bugged. I do think it is a very solo-minded, selfish class, and we'll see how that works. But at the minute, I didn't find overly overpowered, but I'll be able to give you a better or a more fleshed out understanding of it during the beta and certainly during full release of the game, rather than me derping around on a PS5 controller I couldn't use. Do you know if the flash hider is back for sniper scope? I actually don't. No, I didn't play around with the snipers because of the controller, so I don't know at the minute, unfortunately. Also, if you got into the beta, maybe copy your game settings somewhere since you likely need to redo them. Yeah, if you've been playing BF Labs or been playing a different Battlefield or whatever, go through and take pictures of your settings or jot down the important ones. Then if you preload the beta, go into the beta and put in as much as you can to try and get your settings how you want them. Also, we're trying to hit 100 likes again today. So if you've not hit the like button, it'd be amazing if you could do so. We're trying to make it a regular thing to help with the algorithm to repair the channel. So thank you for hitting the like button. That'd be great. Thank you very, 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 very much. Right, I think I can switch back to the multi-chat now and actually read what you guys are saying. properly. There we go. Always hurt my thumbs using those extensions for sticks. You didn't get on with the, what are they called? What are they called? I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, the stick extenders. I have never actually used them. I don't know what they feel like. I've never ever used them. Does that also mean when the 7th comes, does that mean I can play it on the 7th as you can preload the open beta now? Not necessarily. If you've got early access, you can play Thursday and Friday. If you don't have early access, you can play Saturday and Sunday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for early access. Only Saturday and Sunday for those that are going to be in the open beta. So it depends. I saw another streamer have highlights of his sniping. The sniping looks really satisfying. Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it out once I'm actually on a controller I can use. That'd be exciting. Would you prefer Assault as it was in BF4, Medic, and Support class was more of a resupply class? I don't know yet. I really don't know. I won't know until I've played properly on a controller I like and when we get the full game. I think having a Medic and a Support player is good because it's generally what the game is balanced around, but I guess they're rebalancing everything for this one, so it depends how good a job they do of balancing. If it's difficult to balance the classes because of the changes, then obviously I would prefer the traditional way of doing it, but if they do a good job with it, then it's not such a big deal to me. So it really depends. I'm going to have to go to the bathroom here. So I'm going to very quickly do that. And when I come back, I'll answer more of your questions and address any support or whatever that comes through. I'll be right back with you. How about you can only revive once? No, I think limiting reviving would be a net negative because we want to encourage reviving as much as possible. And it's one of those things where people feel good getting revived and they feel bad dying. And when someone gets revived, if you killed them, you generally don't care. So I think it's way more of a positive thing in terms of people having positive feelings rather than a negative thing. So I'm okay with the multiple revives. I just think that if you die too much in quick succession, then you shouldn't be able to revive. I tell you what I'll do. Whilst I'm gone, I'll turn up the audio of the recording. Couldn't get it to work like my card. Damn, dude. Sorry, man. Have you managed to unlock your card? So the way that people have got around that before, Juan, is signing in as a guest and using PayPal. Do you have PayPal? If not, obviously it's all good. But if you have PayPal, that's how people have done it before. Or Duelist has had it before where it locked his card and then when he told the bank, they then unlocked it and he was able to use it. Regardless, sorry you've had problems with it, dude. I apologize. It's not something I have control of, obviously, but it sucks that you've had any issues. If you give me any more feedback or any more questions, I'll read it when I get back. I'm just going to go to the bathroom. I will turn up the recording now so you can hear what I was saying. But it was very scuffed audio, I think, so bear with me.
So many questions because this is my first time doing anything like that for EA. I think it's been so helpful and patient. I'm trying to be an absolute champion.
Be right back.
I'm a big fan. Oh, he's one shot. Nice. Dude, I do know how we're supposed to break through there. We're breaking through not soaring. Can I get up there? Not quite. Can I do it this way? Yes. The more you know, everybody. Tips with get good. From long range. That is not what I wanted. I didn't know the balcony was there. He should have died. My current feeling is that Conquest is way better for the large-scale modes than Breakthrough. But again, it could be just because the caliber of opposition is just too hard to attack. But like, these angles are so easy for competent players to hold. not firing. This doesn't have any ammo either. What? Oh, what? How did I end up with the same gun? Just switch it, isn't it? Yeah. Going back up the way if we can. Nope. It's new mode like front lines. We haven't played the new mode. We haven't played the new mode, nor have really been told anything about it. That is something that we don't know about at the moment.
Right, I'll turn old me down. There we go. Right, I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, no, sorry, Fwat. I mean, you're saying sorry to me. I'm sorry it locked your card, dude. Unfortunately, some banks, when you try and support via Streamlabs, they lock the card because they think it's a scam transaction or something. If you get it unlocked and then tell them not to block it for that transaction method or that transaction destination, hopefully they won't do it anymore. But yeah, PayPal generally is the workaround. Sorry that's happened to you, dude. Feel free to let me know if you get any more issues or any feedback or anything, dude. Yeah, sorry, mate. It's not something under my control, but it's a pain. I tried to play Grief on Black Ops 6, and it is quite possibly the worst gaming experience possible in 2025. Tell me about it. What is Grief? How does that work? I'm just going to turn the aircon back on. I'm a bit warm. Thank you for joining me again today, everybody. I know this is something very different, but it's a pleasure to have you here. I hope you're having fun. And welcome again to the fresh new subscribers and followers. Welcome to the community. And David's encouraging people to hit the like button. Yeah, I don't know what the like count is at, but we're trying to hit 100 likes every single day until we get higher viewership, and then we'll set a new like target each day. But at the minute it's 100 likes, so we got it yesterday, which was great. Please, let's see if we can get it today. It's free, so let's see if we can stimulate the algorithm. That'd be brilliant. Thank you very, very much. Hey, well, dude, thank you very much, Juan. For anyone that doesn't know, Juan is doing it that way, or Space Marine, sorry, doing it that way because he's having problems with Streamlabs. He doesn't think he can use Streamlabs until he asks the bank to not block it. So can you please get him some love in the chat if you're using Super Chat? It's his only way of supporting right now. So thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate it. You are the new king of the stream, chief stream power of the day. I don't know what we're at for the goal at the minute. And I realize I need to open YouTube to find out, and we're not looking at the numbers at the moment. So I'm going to just throw an estimate on the screen of about 20%, and I will properly calculate it at some point. But let's estimate that for now. Again, probably a day where we're a mile off hitting the bonus for the day. So if you do the free stuff, i.e. hitting the like button, subbing, etc., that is still brilliant, and I really appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. And there you go. We will take it off the screen now. We'll show the bonus when people request it or when we change the total. Boom. Boom, bang, bing, bang, bong. Is seeing a squad mates through walls a class-specific perk, or is it for everyone? I think it's for everyone. Some people don't like it. I'm okay with it, but some people don't like it because I guess it's kind of immersion breaking. But I think it's for everybody, mate. I think everybody can see their squad mates regardless of where they are. Grief is like 4v4 zombies, but it's so toxic and one-sided in Black Ops 6 with direct interaction in the zombies maps. Whereas old Grief and Black Ops 2 is basically two adjacent zombie games seeing who could survive the longest. Oh, so you're all playing in this, like, in the same map, therefore you can, well, not to make a pun, but you can grief each other, is that? That's a shame if so. You don't like seeing your teammates through the walls, Tom, no? Alright, it's going to be a preference thing. Maybe they'll put it in the settings that you can turn it off, possibly. I mean, you guys haven't seen the settings menus, but there's a hell of a lot. Hell of a lot. The new short goes out in about 10 minutes, everybody. I hope you'll enjoy it. I should add thank you for everyone that's joined recently on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Really appreciate it. Thank you for spreading out influence a little bit more. It's something I never really focused upon until this year, so it's nice to get the early beginnings of growth on platforms that aren't just YouTube. Very much appreciated. Give me 1 second. Right, before BF6 releases GG, you could do a video or a stream day where you play every Battlefield game from 1942 to 2042 to see the evolution. It sounds painful. It sounds very painful. Can you still play all of them? Can you play all of them on an Xbox Series X? And do all of them still have servers available? That would be the important piece of information, I guess. What I could do potentially is play all of the ones that still have active multiplayer. Obviously, you have to skip games that either aren't available or worth playing. Yeah, exactly. It's trying to work out, if I was to do something like that, it's trying to work out a way to package that in a desirable fashion. I don't know. I have a lot I need to be getting on with, so I don't know if I'll actually have time, but it's a cool idea. All good, Tom. You have a good rest of your day, mate. Thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you soon, dude. All the best, pal. How are you playing it early? This is a recording, mate. This is me playing at the reveal event. We'll be able to play early access is Thursday, Friday, and open beta is Saturday and Sunday, mate. We have maybe like an hour left today, so this is your hour warning. If you've got a like to drop, a sub to drop, support, anything like that, this is your hour warning. Especially the likes. The likes are free. Let's see if we can hit the 100 likes today. Unless we've already got it, I don't know, but I would imagine we haven't, so feel free to hit the like button. That'd be grand. And thanks for hanging out with me so far today, guys. Again, if you have more questions, feel free to ask them. This is our day to go over all this stuff, so I'm more than happy to field your questions and try and give you answers. Have you guys got something to hydrate with? Also, anyone got any good food plans today? I'm starting to get hungry, so it's on my mind. Do you feel like American baseball will take off in England? No. I truthfully don't. I think because cricket already exists over here, baseball probably just wouldn't catch on. It provides too similar an experience in terms of time requirement and the actual sort of action that's taking place. So, no, I don't think so. I think it's possible for... God, I would have killed it if I was an Xbox controller. I think it's possible for American sports to swallow up more market share over here. I just don't think baseball is one of them. Do we just have something that's too easily comparable to it already? And honestly, cricket isn't even that popular over here at this point. I saw the US have started a rugby league of their own right. I believe so. There was also the Was it Toronto? I know they're Canadian, but Toronto were playing against some English teams or something at one point a few years ago. They were flying over for it or something. I can't remember the ins and outs of that, but I think rugby can do all right in the US because it is substantially different to American football. But American football will always be wildly more popular over there than rugby. I'm having pork belly and salad for dinner and possibly lots of alcohol. Dude, pork belly and salad sounds great. Enjoy, man. That's awesome. I don't think I thanked Tom for 51 months of membership, by the way. Oh, I addressed his comment, didn't I? Yeah. Paint drying might be more enjoyable. What, than baseball or cricket? Oh, cricket, you mean? I enjoyed playing cricket a little bit a long, long time ago, but watching it was never like a huge thing for me. I don't find it very inspiring. Each to their own, but yeah, it definitely wasn't my kind of thing. Bring back the London Monarchs. It was an American football team in London. It was. Did they fold? They're not a thing anymore. Hi, Tech. Welcome to the stream, dude. Thanks for tuning in. I tell you what, I wasn't doing amazingly, but I'm pleased I got some half-decent gameplay with this controller at the event. Watching it back, I did okay. It is, again, anyone that was here yesterday, this is what I was saying during yesterday's stream. I really want to ram home how insane it is that I managed to, on average, do better at this event against some of the best players in the world using a controller that I basically couldn't use properly than I did yesterday playing BF1 because of the clan stacking, the lobby balancing, and the ping issues. Like, that should just not be a thing. So I really, really hope that solidly rams home how impossible it is for me to, one, enjoy BF1 at this point on Xbox, and two, play well on it. It's just impossible. If I'm doing better in this scenario than on there, that tells you everything you need to know. I can't wait to be done with BF1 at this stage. Battlefield 6 question. Destructible environments like BF3 and 4, are they back properly? So I haven't really played much BF3 and BF4. It was before my time, but what I can tell you is this Phil? Sorry, yeah, it is Phil. Hi, Phil. I couldn't, you're too far away on the monitor. What I can tell you is that they have leaned heavily into destruction this time, both visually and in terms of its impact. And it's, I mean, it's got to be at least 10 times more destruction than we saw in BF 2042. So if that's anything like BF3 and 4, then yes. Maybe someone else can relay the answer to me and I can then give that answer. Let me know, guys. But I would say destruction is back in a big, big way. It's not Levolution, but destruction is a core part of the combat. Perhaps even slightly too much destruction at the minute. It really wasn't as bad as you felt it was. I really enjoyed the gameplay. And like you say, you were against some absolute demons. Thank you, man. In the moment, I felt like my gameplay was terrible because it was feeling like it was so hard to play with that controller. I also thought, therefore, the gameplay was terrible. The gameplay, it's not good gameplay, but it was decent. So I'm watching it back. I'm happy that I actually managed to kill some people, at least. Are you getting your eyes patched Pro BF6? I probably don't have time because I've been dragging my feet on it, but I definitely will be getting my eyes sorted out at some point, yes. They did fold, did they, Tech? That's a shame, dude. I can't wait until I can press uninstall on 2042. Dude, I'm looking forward to pressing uninstall on 2042, BF5, and BF1. I really am. It will be a cathartic moment. I'll have to reinstall them if I end up needing footage or whatever at any point, but it will feel good to uninstall them regardless. How are you playing BF6? Hello, AE. So it's a gameplay replay. This is my feed from playing at the reveal in LA. This is not me playing right now. We'll be able to play early access on Thursday and Friday, and open beta on Saturday and Sunday. And welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. God, I really am hungry now. I really want to get Dying Light, the Beast. We've got way too many games coming out in the next few months, and I end up on Streets to forget them all. Well, at least it means that if you delay things, maybe the price of some games will have come down by the time you buy them. I guess that's the one positive way of looking at it. I mean, actually, another positive way of looking at it is it's better to have lots of good games than not enough. I feel like for too long we didn't have enough good ones to play. Hazel, thank you very much for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the community. I appreciate it. Hey, how are you? I'm alright, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. How's the day going? I appreciate it. Thank you for joining our little community on Twitch. And again, thank you for everyone that's joined our big community so far on YouTube. We're still playing Helldivers 2. I'll be a little sad not playing it so much. It's good it's provided you with that much enjoyment. Helldivers didn't keep its shine for me for very long. It's awesome that for some of you, you've played it for months and months and had a great time with it. Especially considering those of you that are Battlefield fans that felt like you had nothing to play in the Battlefield space. DK, thank you very much for the YouTube subscription, mate. Welcome to the community. Thanks for joining us, dude. That's great. I might even install BF5 and just get rid of 2042. Feels like the movement and stuff's more comparable to BF6 anyway. Yeah, 2042. I'm doing my goodbye stream for 2042 next week, and I'm not looking forward to it. But I'll do it anyway because it will be a piece of content at least. Do I think it's over for COD? No. No, Call of Duty is massive. I think it's possible for Battlefield to steal more market share at the minute from COD than perhaps before, but it's not over for COD. COD has millions and millions and millions of players, and Warzone, as much as people complain about it, is still hyper successful, and will continue to be supported and iterated upon as they bring out more Call of Duties for the years coming. So no, it's not even close to over for Call of Duty. My thing is I just hope that we're back when it comes to Battlefield now. How's your streaming going? Whoa, it's a complex answer. It's been good to me overall. The last 6 months to 12 months have been very, very difficult. But the bulk of my streaming happens on YouTube. But yeah, it's been going okay. Let's say we're hoping for much better times moving forwards. J-Straw, welcome to the stream. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. How's your day going, dude? Do you think you'd ever go back to Los Santos for like a holiday, not just an EA event? No. To be honest. I don't think I'd go back to LA for a holiday. I would gladly go back to LA for an event and perhaps even have Emily fly out for the same period of time. Granted, she wouldn't be able to do any of the work stuff, but she'd be there to do any stuff with me during the downtime. But actually just pay to go there of my own volition? No. I feel like I've been there and had a look now. And whilst it was cool to be somewhere different, it was just like, okay, like I'm very used to the Western world. You know, I've lived my entire life in the Western world. And going to LA was about 10% as interesting to me as going to Japan was. I would go to Japan. Granted, it's more expensive, but I would go to Japan 5 more times rather than go to LA before I go back to LA rather. So no, but I would gladly go back for an event or something. Yeah, I definitely would. Hi, Wedding Cake. Are you having a good day? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. I'm an artist and want to make amazing art for your channel. Oh, well, feel free. That'd be great. Thank you. Feel free to send it to me any way you like if you choose to do that. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Again, a mile down the board, but at least I was pulling decent kills for the controller. Yeah, this event definitely went better than I thought it did in terms of my performance on this controller, so that's good. Pleased with that. The gameplay's not good enough for me to post videos, but at least it was decent for people to watch. Hey, no worries, Chris Bob. I'll catch you around, dude. Thank you for hanging out. I'll see you soon. Thank you for your kind words and have a great rest of your day, man. That's awesome. Here's my Discord. Send me a request and I will share my work portfolio. I don't add people via Discord because they're often scams. So I have no idea if you're scamming or not. You might be, you might not be, but I don't add Discord names now because every day on Twitch and other platforms, I get people telling me to add their Discord because they're trying to scam me or people that follow me. So I'm going to have to pass on that one. I'm going to have to pass on that one. Is Japan really more expensive than States, or do you mean the plane tickets? I mean the plane tickets. Yeah, the plane tickets. I'm pretty sure plane tickets to Japan are more expensive than the States. I think being in Japan is cheaper than being in the US, though. For sure. But yeah, the plane tickets are quite expensive for Japan. Would you bring back Marmite shots? We're doing 12-hour streams having to use smelling salts. I would bring back Marmite shots if there was enough of a demand and enough support for it. I would consider it. Any plans future matchups with others at the event? Yes. Nothing concrete at the minute, but I've been talking to... Well, Laria wasn't at the event. But I've been talking to Laria about doing some stuff. I'll be playing with Dame when he gets back from the cruise. Again, he wasn't at the event. Squid has told me to message him if I want to play anytime. So I will likely be doing that. And the other UK content creator guys have a Discord that they said they're going to open up to everybody to organize some play sessions. So potentially with them. But yeah, the answer is yes. I'll definitely be playing with other people a lot more on BF6 and hopefully other games as well. And also hopefully just my friends that I used to play with will be interested in BF6 so I can play with them. What's your favorite type of donut? I don't know, but I do like a caramel donut. Like with a caramel filling as well as on top. I do like a caramel donut. Not sure if you saw my earlier message about new donor challenges after launch. Yes, I answered, but you probably didn't hear. That's fine. Yes, there would be more. I'm currently revamping everything at the minute. And adding stuff in. So I've changed the bonus rewards and I've redone some of the challenges, but I will also be adding more challenges and clearing out the deadwood when the game drops. Once we know exactly what's available and how the game plays and stuff. So yes, David, I'll be revamping the challenges. Hopefully the challenges can become far more a part of the stream again than they have been for the last year or so. So yeah, that'd be good. Westy collab. Maybe. I mean, Westy said, encouraged me to play some stuff back in January, I think it was. He's reiterated twice more since then, so I think it's a case of me just like actually going and asking to do it. But you guys know me. I'm not super forward about that sort of stuff. Networking is really important, but it's definitely something that I've not pushed myself to do, so... But yeah, I'll definitely be playing with people, for sure. Is it true that Dame's hands are like Barbie hands? Yes, maybe even smaller. Maybe even smaller. That's alright, David. No worries, dude. No problem at all. You've never had a caramel donut? Oh, dude, yeah, they're great. Those codes on screen are old. By the way, those codes on screen are old. You can try and use them, but they've probably all been used. Have you had a maple bar ever? It's like a... donut. Also, do you like old-fashioned? I don't know what a no, I've never tried a maple bar. Do you mean old-fashioned as in the drink? I don't really drink anymore, mate. I don't really drink anything at this point. I didn't drink anything whilst I was in LA. I don't tend to drink when I go and see my dad now. I really don't drink. I might drink a little when I go to Japan in December, but yeah, I'm not a drinker really anymore. I'm pretty sober. I'll tell you something I did have while I was in LA that I liked. Oh, good, Jimmy, you lurk away, dude. Oh, the release is, I think, the 10th of October or something, Goofy, somewhere around there. Welcome to the stream, dude. I don't know if I said hello already. What was I saying? Oh, I had a... In the US, I had a midnight midnight version of the Milky Way, was it? Milky Way Midnight or something, which basically is a dark chocolate Mars bar over here, and it was, oh, so good. I would happily have those again. They were awesome. Well, I had one, but it was great. Really enjoyed it. Milky Way Midnight. Really, really good. Completely different from our Milky Ways over here. Like I say, it was basically a Mars bar. And I don't know if you guys have a Mars bar and it's different over there. Very confusing. That's alright, Goofiest. No worries, mate. Welcome to the stream. Networking is a great idea. Just from a growth perspective, those opportunities could be huge. I think it's important for me to do it this time. I don't like to quote-unquote use people in that way, which is why I've never done it over a 9-year period. But I think at this point, obviously I need to try and nail down good, solid, reliable income on this next game, so I'm not relying on the stream all the time, because it's bad for me and it's not great for you guys. So if I can utilize networking to grow and therefore increase the ad revenue and sponsorship revenue, that would be huge. Like, obviously that would be really, really, really big for me. So I'm definitely going to try and do it. But also, I just want to play with cool people. Like, I really like a lot of the people I've interacted with, so it'd be just nice to just hang out with them. I think hanging out with other content creators is obviously preferable to sitting and grinding on your own all the time. And I've done a lot of grinding on my own over the past however many years, so yeah, that'd be good. I love your Mars bar over there. Here they call them almond Snickers. Wait, now I'm really confused because we have Snickers over here. Is that different to your Snickers? Because I thought that your Milky Way was like our Mars bar. It's all very confusing. Where are we? Every time I tune in, you talk about how much money you were making. Where are we? Oh, did that comment get deleted? I kind of want to read that back, so I want to address it. Dude, to clarify, I don't, like, this year I have not made money. Like, my income this year is really low. I'm actually talking about, I want to make sure people understand, because I think sometimes they get the wrong impression. I talk about money because I need to make more money, not because I'm making a lot of money. I need to keep this sustainable. When I talk about money, I'm talking about making money so this can carry on, and so that I'm not trying to make money from the stream all the time, so you guys aren't having to give money. I'm trying to make sure I'm getting revenue streams from other sources so that money is no longer as much of a factor for the stream. So maybe there's a misunderstanding there. Like, if I was making a shitload of money, I'd never talk about money. I'm actually trying to make it so that I can make good money and not make it purely from the stream, so it's better for me and better for you guys. I hope that's understood. I truly, really hope that's understood. Like, it's a really important distinction to make. This year's been terrible for me from an income standpoint. Like, really, really bad. Really bad. That's all right, Brown. No worries, mate. You have a good one. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you tuning in. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon, dude. All the best. Do you see my previous comments clarify my question you answered? One sec. I don't know if it came through, Ernie. I can't see it. Oh. Donuts are... Post those things are a type of donut. Maple bars are the long donuts covered from a maple frosting. Old-fashioned are, I think they call them sour cream donuts. They're a cake donut. I think you're doing speech text, aren't you? No, I've not tried any of those things, mate. No, I'll try and keep an eye out for them at some point and give them a go. Do this, get to the gameplay. There we go. Do your Mars bars have almonds in them? No. We have a Mars bar here back in the 90s that had almonds, but it's been rebranded as almond Snickers here. We still have regular Snickers as well. Oh, no. No. Nope, our Mars over here has no nuts or anything in them. Nothing like that. I get breadsticks. Welcome to the Twitch stream. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. How's your day going? Thanks for being here. But yeah, for anyone bothered about that stuff, dude, I don't want the finances to be a part of this either, but I think sometimes people don't think about the fact that this is a job, and you guys very definitely want to make money from your jobs and need it to live, it's absolutely no different for me. So it has to be a factor of it. It just there's no way around it. I think sometimes people see content creation as being a bit different. They're like, just focus on the gameplay and it'll be fine. It's like, okay, well, we'll wait for the guy to come around that wants the mortgage payment, and I'll be like, hey, dude, no, hold on. I don't think you understand, dude. I just watch me play Battlefield instead. It doesn't work like that, so I hope that's understood. The only Snickers I like is the Snickers with pecans, just came out. I think we only have one version of the Snickers bar over here, which I like. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we only have the one. This guy did not know I was coming, by the way. Poor lad. I think I had a raw bar from the UK. Yeah, I don't know if that still exists, but I like them. Do you mean, you probably mean a lion bar. Is that what you mean? Yeah, if you mean that, lion bars were really good. I don't know if they still exist. I don't remember seeing one for a really long time. Like a really, really long time. I wish we could get yours dairy milk bars. I can't find the OG ones. I need the Oreo ones so bad. Dairy milk's great. People complain that they've changed the dairy milk now that it's been sold off to a US company or something, and they don't like it as much, but I still like it. I still really enjoyed the dairy milk bars. As far as snack goes, the Selena Gomez Oreos, is that a joke or is that actually a thing? If it's a thing, how are they different? Let me know. I'm not familiar with those. In Sweden, we have OG Snickers and peanut butter Snickers. The peanut butter one is dope. Oh, dude, that sounds cool. I'd try that. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I'd be down for peanut butter Snickers. Drewmere can't eat Hershey's anymore. Yeah, dairy milk's so good. Big dairy milk fan. This is live gameplay. No, mate. This is a recording from when I was at the reveal event. We will be able to play the beta. If you've got early access, you could play it Thursday and Friday. And if you're just waiting for the open beta, that is at the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. They have cinnamon cream in them. Oh, hell yeah. That sounds awesome. Sorry, I'm just looking. At the minute, the shorts that I posted has not gone out on... Oh, yes, it has. There we go. Right, the short is out, everybody. Let me know what you think if you catch it on any of the platforms. Thank you. We're not a million miles off finishing time today, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. I know it's something very different. We're back to gameplay tomorrow. I don't know if we're doing BF5 or BF1 tomorrow. I was planning BF5, but I found I need some BF1 footage, so I'm not sure which we'll do, but I will be on tomorrow if you want to come hang out. Thank you for the support today. Obviously, we're a long way off the bonus today, but it's just how it is at the minute. We'll see if we can hit a good one tomorrow. How did the hitfire feel on this one? Good, but again, it's a struggle because I was on a controller I can't really use, so it's difficult for me to formulate an opinion on how weapons feel and stuff. So I'll definitely be trying a lot of stuff out on the beta, and I'll give you a proper idea then of how everything feels. But the hitfire felt pretty decent with at least a few of the guns. But it depends how you spec your weapon. GG, your open sponsorship, right? Were those things that you need to hunt down yourself, or would advertisers come to you? So when things were going well for the channel, advertisers would come to me. As they are right now, or how they will be when BF6 releases, I probably need to hunt them down. I get a lot of sponsorship offers in my emails, but I think a lot of them are scams. So at the minute, I'm having my management create an email address that I can then pass on to any possible sponsors, so they can negotiate with them so that I don't get scammed and lose my YouTube account or anything. But yeah, also my management, this was a good moment. Also my management are supposed to bring me sponsorships. Like they brought me the Oh my god, I'm blanking on the name of it. What was the sponsorship I did in the BF5 video? I'm blanking for some reason, but they brought me that sponsorship. There have not been any others since then, just because of lack of desire for my content, basically, because of we're not doing great in the algorithm in a minute. But if BF6 heals that, hopefully they'll be able to bring me a lot. So basically, Dave, it's a mixture. Sneak reached out to me. It was a lot easier for me to get sponsorship when things were going very well for Battlefield. Yeah, Sneak reached out to me back in the day. I didn't really reach out to brands at all when we were doing sponsorships before. I just waited for them to come to me. So this time I'm going to try and be a lot more proactive, because we need lots of sponsorships. We need lots of sponsorships so that we're not in this position again. So yeah, I'll be trying to be more proactive with that. But I also want to work with companies and products that I think are actually decent, and or are things that at least some people from the community will be interested in, or at least stuff that isn't like really predatory or whatever. So I'm still somewhat selective. It's not like I just accept anything. For example, I had an offer a few weeks back or a few months back that would have seen me making quite a lot from any video I posted that had them in it, but I didn't like the product when I tested it, so I turned it down. That would have changed everything for me, but you know, when you're doing content creation, you have to prioritize your relationship with the viewers. I want to be sponsored by cheeseburgers. Me too. Me too. Are there any sponsors you would want to work with specifically? I would work with Sneak again if they offered a good deal and didn't do what they did last time, because I actually genuinely like the product, and I know that a lot of you guys like the product. I would work with a quality controller producer like Scuff, for example. I would work with a quality peripheral producer like Turtle Beach or SteelSeries or whatever. I would basically work with any reputable company that is in any way aligned with my content and / or my viewership, or I would work with promoting any game that people maybe would want to play, even if it's not like the most amazing game, as long as it's not some kind of predatory game that's going to reel people in, scan them or whatever else. I love the controller you sponsored with ages ago. Oh, well, that's good. Hi, Don. How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Aim control. I severed ties with aim controllers because I didn't like the way they set up the deal, nor did I like that a couple people complained about the build quality, so I stopped promoting them. But I'm glad you enjoyed the product, dude. That's great. And I hope you're having a good day, dude. Will there be any XP made during the next 2 weekends that will be carried over to the game at launch? I don't know the specifics of it, but I do know that some element of progression apparently will transfer over from the beta to the full release. So make sure you're playing on your correct account / your correct console. If you play on the wrong account on PC or the wrong console on console, then I don't think you carry over your progress. So make sure you do. If any of you guys, I don't know how much power viewership has over this. Oh, Cos, thank you for the subscription, mate. Welcome to the community. If any of you guys have any ins with good companies for sponsorship, or any suggestions, or you know anyone or whatever, feel free to pass my name along. It can always be considered. That would be appreciated. I know that's probably not something that's going to be possible, but that'd be great. I'd pay good money for GGG / Turtle Beach collab headset. Well, that'd be great, right? Even if I could just have a code for you guys to get money off, that'd be great. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see. It remains to be seen how good BF6 ends up being for me and for you and for the content and the channel. But we'll try and do our best with it, regardless. And hopefully all goes very, very well. Right, we're into the last like half an hour or so. So if you've got questions left, fire them out. And I'll listen to what you got to say and try and give you an answer if it's stream appropriate. Thank you for the support today that's come through from people. I really appreciate that. You're very, very kind. Thank you very much. I stay tuned in. I still tuned if you pick another controller sponsorship. I'll stay tuned. God, I can't read. I'll stay tuned if you pick another controller sponsorship. My PS5 controller has been completely solid. If you sponsor stuff, I'll give them a try. Awesome, man. Thank you very much. It's very kind. Oh, really? It didn't go well, Ernie, rather. That's a shame. Hopefully that's just a one-off. God, I'm hungry now. Any of you guys feeling the hunger? Also, if you've not done, what's your feedback then on the game, having watched a load of it? What are you thinking? Good, bad, in between, cautious, hyper excited, gonna pre-order, not gonna pre-order, etc.? Let me know. How are we feeling? You eating lunch now? Oh, dude. Jealous, mate. Big time jealous times. Make the most of it, man. I don't know what I'm even gonna have. I've been in labs the last couple months. I'm very excited for the new game. Awesome, dude. I'm glad you're excited for it. That's great. Hyper excited, gonna pre-order and never gonna look at 2042 again. Yeah, that's reasonable. That's a reasonable outlook, dude. That is a reasonable outlook. I'm very excited to say goodbye to 2042 and indeed BF1 and BF5 at this point. Super burnt out on all of it. Somewhat excited but nervous at the same time. That's fair. That's reasonable. Yeah, that's good, Ernie. Cautious optimism. That's fine. That makes sense, mate. If you want my full thoughts about BF6, if you've not seen it, I did produce a video. When the stream is over, if you want to, you can catch that on my channel. If you go to my channel page, it will be the video that auto plays or is available as the first one. You pre-ordered the premium. Damn, dude. Big money bags in it. I hope you enjoy it, mate. That's awesome. Giespot, maybe? I can't remember how you pronounce it. Welcome to the stream, dude. How you doing? I put 4 hours in 2042 and it's 4 hours I'll never get back. Yeah, it was bad. I agree. I just agree. I told you guys that affiliation with EA will not change my coverage in any way, shape or form. BF 2042 is an abomination that nearly destroyed my career. I will always hate that game. Always, 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 always hate that game. I wish it had never existed. Hopefully this one does 1,000 times better. I got a question. Hold on, was it Dave I just spoke to? Did you remove your message? I don't know if my chat is auto-modding and getting rid of stuff or if it's manual deletions or what. Let me know, because obviously I'm on the multi-chat, so it looks a bit different. Let me know. I'm at the gym with your dad. Good content. You're at the gym with my dad? Is that a joke or like with my dad? Whoa, hold on. You with my stepdad? Is this a joke or are you actually? Anyway, hi. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. After seeing the event, I'm really excited and hopeful that this will put BF back on the map as a big contender in the FPS scene. Agreed, mate. I think, well, it's got far more chance than Battlefield 2042. But, I mean, that goes without saying at this point. Space Marine, you already pre-ordered. There we go. You see, people are definitely hyped up. I'm just scrolling back in the chat a little bit. Hold on. On the topic, Reese's that have been in the freezer are elite, or Kit Kats. Are Reese's in the freezer not really, really hard to eat? Do they not go like super solid? Kit Kats are great, by the way. I'm a big fan of Kit Kats. You purchased 2042, didn't play it, and then refunded it. Well, that's fair. You beat a lot of us then. Do I like the beta? Well, the beta's not live yet, but I have enjoyed playing BF6 early, and I enjoyed playing Labs, and I enjoyed playing at the reveal event, which you're watching now. Even though I had a controller I couldn't really use. You are with my stepdad. Oh, dude, cool. Well, hi, I hope you're having a good session, man. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a great day. Say hello from me if you don't mind. Just sorted my settings out for the beta when it goes live. Feel like I got a PhD because of how many dang tabs there are. Yes, Joshua. I think, full transparency, BF6 has a lot of settings you can utilize, which is great. I actually think the menus are really bad, and they could do with fixing them up. They're way too complex, and too many things are buried within menus within menus. So I'm hoping that gets changed. But I know some people have done their settings guides already. I think I'm going to wait till the game comes out fully and then drop a settings guide rather than do it on the beta, because the beta settings might be different to the full settings. So yeah, when the game fully releases, I'll probably do a settings guide for you guys like I did with the previous Battlefields. Also, Joshua, welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here, mate. Frozen Reese's do slap. Oh, I'll have to try it then. Thank you for the top tip. The edges get a little hard, but not tooth-breakingly hard. Oh, okay. I imagine they'd be solid. Okay, that's good. GG, I sent you a DM. Oh, hold on. Is it for now, Dave, or for after? Let me have a look. Ah, thank you, dude. That is helpful. I will go through that and see. I'll pass it on to the management team. Thank you, mate. Big shout out, Dave. That is the first sponsorship suggestion I have received since I mentioned it all of 5 minutes ago. So thank you, David. We'll see. I'll pass it on to management and we'll see what happens. So I appreciate it, dude. Thank you very, very much. Best candy bars are what what does that say? What Kamacalic? Did you type it correctly? That can't be the optimal name for it, dude. That's way too much of a tongue twister. Is that what it's called? 100 gram bar. What is the 100 gram bar? It cracks me up how the game goes from 3, 4, 1 and then 5. 3, 4, 1, 5, 6, right? It's wild, yeah. All over the place. There aren't that many console settings guides. I'd appreciate if you did a settings guide. Yeah, I'll try and drop it on day one if I can. What I did with BF5 and Apex Legends and a few other things was, as soon as the game was up, I jumped on and tried to get my settings guide out before I streamed or made another video. So I'll try and do that as long as I have time this time as well. No promises, but I'll try and do it. But those tend to be very long. What? Oh, whatchamacallit. Oh, okay, got it. That makes sense now. Whatchamacallit bar. Okay, actually I can get it. Yeah, no, that's a decent name. That's actually a decent name when I know it's said that way. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's like a Milky Way here in the UK. Okay, yeah, Milky Ways are all right. I can eat a Milky Way. That's not bad. Hey there, how you doing? I'm all right, Borkworth. How are you, man? You having a good day? Thanks for tuning in. Have you tried Hershey's? I think I've tried Hershey's. It was super mega standard. Not amazing. We have over here Dairy Milk from Cadbury's, or just Cadbury's chocolate in general, which I think is way better than Hershey's. So I think it's okay, but yeah, I'd much rather have any British or indeed European chocolate instead of Hershey's. You're all good, Borkworth. Good stuff, man. Pleased to hear it, mate. I think this was the last game of the stream, which means it could be the last thing we show today, and then I'll go and eat something. And I'll come back and I'll actually play tomorrow. Like I say, we might be on BF1, we might be on BF5. I've got a thumbnail for either one. I need footage from both. So we'll see what I end up playing tomorrow. And we'll see if we can have a good day. Obviously today, not great on the bonus. We're going to have a bad day, especially with Ariosto not around at the moment. So we'll see how we get on tomorrow. I think I died. Yeah, I died to a tank here. We'll see how we get on tomorrow. Hopefully have a good one. And yeah, we'll just try and keep things moving forwards and hopefully expand into other revenue streams. And the stream can just be a really fun thing moving forwards. That'd be great. Feeling good about BF6. Feeling a lot better about it than 2042. I'm cautiously optimistic, but I'm being careful with what I say. I don't want to mislead anyone. I think it's very careful I don't get overly hyped too early. But what I see so far and have played so far is very encouraging, which is very different to how I felt about 2042. Yeah, I tried a very different kind of short today. It might hyper mega flop, but I'm doing my experimentation now to see what's going to work. If this does really badly, I'll go back to just the gameplay ones from tomorrow, because I know a lot of you guys enjoy those anyway. But there is a different kind of short out today. Please do feel free to give me your feedback on it when you catch it on any platforms. Leave me a comment or whatever. Thanks very much. And once this is over, I'll direct you guys to my channel page so you can catch the full video review of BF6 if you've not seen it yet, if you want to know my in-depth feelings of what I've played. I hope you enjoyed this today, as we've talked all about the event and had all of your questions answered. I hope it shows that I do plan to be as transparent as ever with my coverage, despite EA affiliation at this point. It really doesn't change anything for me in terms of how I'm going to go about doing my content and interacting with you guys. So I know that's the answer a lot of you guys wanted, so I'm pleased to provide you with that answer. That being said, there should be a lot more opportunities on the table now as well because of this, and hopefully you guys can benefit from that from a content standpoint. I'm with you, hoping that BF6 is enjoyable. I've been playing for fun, but you've been playing for work. I hope you get back to the joy of BF play. Thank you, man. It would make my work a whole lot easier. Obviously, a good battlefield means that I have an easier time with growth, with viewership, with income, and with just having fun and being creative. So I really hope so. Game changer once again hurt. Yeah, but that term I don't think is used now. I'm just in the content creator program for the UK team. I don't think they use game changer anymore as the term, and it is actually a different program now, but it's the equivalent of that, yeah. Will we see Emily on BF6 Battlefield? I think we could do that. I think we could do that. We'll probably add that as one of like the goal rewards or something like we used to do, and if you guys want to see that, we could make that happen. This cliffside, by the way, very hard to push when you're playing Breakthrough. I played this on labs. Pretty epic though, running up there. Recently watched your old BF5 video of the AG42 with 102 kills. Thanks, man. Thanks for watching the old content. I think the old content's been getting a small bump recently because we've just got a little bit more interest going on with Battlefield, which is nice. If interest in Battlefield explodes, hopefully my back catalogue can start to get a lot more views as well. So thank you for watching the old stuff, mate. I appreciate it. And here's the path to 100k followers. Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, we're definitely going to hit 100k on YouTube at some point. It's just a case of when. And hopefully it also coincides with everything else being better as well. But I appreciate it. Thank you all of you guys that have been here before we hit 100k. Thank you for the follow on Twitch, dude. Mosteroids, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Very, very kind. Although it looks like you are a spam bot, so maybe not. I haven't touched a BF game since 2022. I had a rough experience in labs a few months back. I hope the beta wins me over. Hey, man, hopefully so. If you don't enjoy it, you don't enjoy it. It can't be for everyone, but hopefully you do, mate. Fingers crossed. And if not, hopefully you'll just enjoy content on it at least. Thanks for everyone that hit the like button. Yeah, exactly. I'll be looking after this how many likes we got to. We're hoping for 100. So if you've not hit the like button, make sure you do. We've definitely had enough people through the stream today to hit the 100 likes. Well, way more people than we needed. So if you've not hit it, hit it. That'd be great. We hit 140 yesterday. Let's see if we can get there today. That'd be brilliant. Thank you for tuning in and keeping me company today. Massively appreciated as always. We might not hit it, but it'd be good if we could start to hit it on the regular. It just helps with the algorithm. Obviously, we used to hit 100 or 200 or 300 likes every stream, but we're in a very different spot these days. So the idea is to repair everything I want to get back to the point where I've got initial goals like we used to have. My initial goals are to get back to having 100 concurrent viewers, and then I can look at pushing beyond that. Another initial goal is to get 100 likes on each stream, and then we can look to push beyond that. And I'm looking to get 10k views on every video. I know that if you go to my channel page, you'll see that all the videos do eventually hit 10k, and usually a lot more than that. But I want to be able to post basically whatever I want, you know, that's relevant, and have that hit at least 10k. For the past 2-3 years, I've just been releasing specific videos that I know will do well. It'd be nice if I could just get back to being creative, and anything I put out does at least reasonably decently. So they're my like 3 goals, and I figure if I get those 3 goals in place and then push beyond those, the income will just follow with that. Like if I get back to streaming to 100 or a few hundred or a few thousand people concurrently and getting tens or hundreds of thousands of views in every video, then the money should just sort itself out at that point. So that's the plan. So thank you for your help with that in terms of your likes, your viewership, your subs, etc. Thank you for the support today, getting us to whatever percentage of the bonus. We'll see if we can have a much better day tomorrow and keep things on track. And please do enjoy the rest of your day. Again, I can now direct you to... Well, we didn't actually get near it. We got 83 likes, so a bit short. But thank you those of you that did hit the like button. I appreciate it. I will now direct you to my channel page if you do want to see the full review video. So once this is over, just jump to my channel. The video will autoplay, or it will be available at the top, or you can just click the latest video. And if you've already seen it, that's cool. Feel free to watch something else. I'll also see if I can send you off on a raid to someone here if you're not going to go and watch the video. Having said that, no, I won't. I don't have anyone live right now. I have Broken playing Warzone. I know a lot of you don't care about Warzone, but I'll send you across to Broken if you want to go and say hello. Otherwise, go check out the video on the channel. And yeah, give me your feedback on the latest short if you happen to see it. I'll miss the stream, but see you on the battlefield. All good, Juan. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support today, my guy. And I'll see you whenever you next happen to be around. Space Marine was our king of the stream, teaching how the day today. Thank you very much for the largest support. Thank you, David. I appreciate it. And thank you, Ribley. And thank you, I'm not going to sit and thank everybody, but thank you so much. You guys are great. Alex, thank you. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Oh, Ernie as well. Sorry, I'm just reading that. Thank you, my dude. I appreciate it. Cheers for all the kind words, guys. I'm going to go and eat some food now. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, we can have a good one. You watched the short. You liked it. Thank you very, very much. I want to see how the short does, and if that's a style of short I can do alongside the gameplay ones. It might be one of those things that performs well on some platforms and not other ones. So we'll see what happens. But thank you for your feedback. I appreciate it. Right. With that being said, I'm GetGoodGuy. We've been great. Dame's got tiny hands. I love you very much, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.